All right, all right. We are back. We got a tornado warning over here in Maryland. That is going to be radar indicated tornado warning right now. I still got a couple of little things that I need to do, but that's going to be for Barton, Lonaconing, and Midland and Shaft here in Maryland. So you guys do need to be in your safe spots out here. Let me just make sure monetization is on. Wait, what? No policy saved, pre-roll, monetization off. Not letting me turn on my monetization. Why? Hello? Monetization. Here's how you want your monetization. Price management. Global. Okay, anyways, I cannot turn on my monetization, and I don't know why. I guess we'll just have to do monetizationless stream, which is going to kind of suck. Okay, that is fine. That subscriber only is on, and then we'll get chat up real quick. Sorry, I had to push this live stream pretty quickly here, but we were ready for it just in case it did happen today. And I apologize for yesterday. I was busy coding. I had a breakthrough. Our area of rotation is right here, over there to the west of Barton, right in there. There's your area of rotation. So if you live over there near Barton, Lonaconing, and Midland and Shaft, you guys do need to be in your safe spots. Let me check to see if we have any storm chasers on this storm. Let me see if we have any cameras nearby. Oops. We have some cameras to the north of this. Not sure what they'll be able to see. Hey, thank you for sending a corgi gift. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is our camera to the north of it. Not really seeing much. We'll have more cameras in the path over there near Green Spring. We also have a camera back down here as well. It's inside some precipitation. You can see that there is some rain happening there. But yeah, if you're just now tuning in, we do have a tornado warning. So if you're just now tuning in, make sure you are sharing the stream, liking the stream, and also spamming tornado warning in chat just to boost the algorithm real quick. Hello, hello. But yeah, thank you so much for that. 1,000 joules. I do appreciate that. I had no clue that there were already tornado warnings / watches. There is a severe thunderstorm watch really all the way from Pennsylvania through Maryland, also over there in Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, and parts of Kentucky. We also have some special weather statements back over there for heat, and we also have a severe thunderstorm warning for some 60 mile per hour winds.
Morgan Larson donated $10.
Hey!
For thanks for your work. Your channel matters.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Roberta, for the $10. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat for Roberta. Let me see if that's something to do with my channel settings and why I can't make this monetized real quick. Earn. Memberships, giving, the agreements, the agreement, okay, zero block, channel, general. I don't know why my monetization can't be turned on. Do I have to turn it on before I go live now? It's always hard to remember. Membership should be working. I don't know. It's not important right now. What is important? We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning back over here near Berkeley Springs and Hancock. You guys do need to be indoors and away from windows. It's going to be for 60 mile per hour winds. Let me get our music on as well. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Tornado warning is in Maryland. Exactly. Everybody keeps spamming tornado warning in Maryland. Or just tornado warning in general. It just helps us juice the algorithm to get more people in when it matters. And thank you so much, Tabletop Geek, for the $1.99. I do appreciate that. Thoughts on Wilmington, North Carolina for severe weather over the next couple of days? Let me check. Wow, tomorrow's been upgraded to an enhanced risk. That's mainly going to be for damaging winds. Watch out for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be potentially an intense day. Another live stream potential there. And yeah, maybe over on day 3, you could see some severe weather in Wilmington. Didn't notice that? Yeah, I didn't either. Well, I haven't been noticing really anything. I've been just deep into the coding mindset, just really trying. I've been making some breakthroughs on my sim. So I'm just really trying to get that done as soon as possible. So I've been very, very busy with that, working on that for like 8 to 12 hours a day. So it has taken me a little bit away from the channel, but we're getting a lot of interest in it and maybe some potential investors into the Storm Sim. So, and all that's going to be tied in with Weather Circle as well. So we might be able to do a lot more with Weather Circle soon, maybe. We'll see. New severe thunderstorm warning back over here in West Virginia. This is going to be near Grantsville, Normantown, Sand Fork, Burnsville, Rosedale, Gassaway, and Flatwoods. That's going to be for 1 inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Checking velocities. Actually, wow. Actually, a decent area of rotation over here near Glenville. It's going to be moving down to the south and east towards Dora, Stout Mills, Gilmer, Moss, and Dusk and Bower. I'd be keeping an eye on that area. That might be a little bit contaminated, but it definitely seems like legitimate rotation to me. There is some precipitation that appears to be wrapping around it. Oh, nope, latest scan, it's gone, so never mind. Probably just a little bit of contamination. You get that along the leading edge of these lines. But right now, our tornado warning is in western Maryland, over here near Frostburg. The people that still need to be sheltering is Barton, Midland, and Vale Summit. The good news is we don't have really strong rotation right now. It's kind of weak, but we're still keeping an eye on it. It could re-strengthen, so. And unfortunately, this storm is very far away from our radars. Well, let me see. Checking a couple more things. Dashboard. Monetization. I don't know why I can't turn on monetization for my video or for my live stream. It is frustrating because it's not a significant portion of my income, but it's definitely part of it. Okay, now it says it's on. Okay, all right. Now it says it's on. I guess it's on now. I didn't touch any buttons. I don't know. It was off and now it's on. And thank you for the 100 joules. Thank you so much. Welcome in. I see the strong to intense tornado. No, that wasn't a strong and intense tornado. No, I can tell you that right now. Maybe a strong one, but as far as I can tell, all the damage and all of that is pointing towards a weaker tornado. Probably in the EF1, maybe EF2 range. Looked bad on radar, but we also had some contamination on that as well. Yeah, I wish I was live for that, but I was very, very busy yesterday. Hello, welcome in. And thank you for sending the 200 joules. Thank you so much. And thank you, Jones' mom, for subscribing. All right, latest scan has come in and our rotation is fading by the scan. So that's good news. That is good news. Put a little bit of a broad view here. We also have some thunderstorms up here in New York. A couple of little sneaky prefrontals trying to happen over here. One thing I am interested in is let's check in over with our SPC mesoanalysis to see what our thermodynamics are looking like. Yeah, it is starting to clear out ahead of these storms, and we are starting to get some stronger instability or more storm food appear. And then we come over here to our storm relative helicity. Not overly strong. There is a little, but around 100 over there, man. If we get a storm fire near like Indiana and Ohio, need to watch there. Need to watch up here into northeastern Ohio for some storm initiation. Out ahead of that line, there's 100 storm relative helicity right here in southeastern Pennsylvania. So might have to watch those storms later on for a tornado risk up there. Maybe a little bit more than what we were expecting. Getting a little bit stronger winds back over there near, let me come back over to here. Near Ripley, this is in West Virginia. That's moving down to the south. Let me check. We do have a camera here. Let's check it out. See if we can see anything. Try again. Come on. It seemed like it wanted to load. It does not want to load. That's all right. Sometimes, you know, I kind of feel the same way sometimes. Sometimes I just don't want to load. But we did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning on this storm near Scotland. Guilford and Mont Allo, this is in Pennsylvania. Quincy, Bendersville, and Biglerville all need to be watching out for this storm with some 60-mile-per-hour winds possible. There, we also got another little storm back over here near Hancock and Little Orleans as well. Yeah, I gotta watch these storms. There is an environment. I wouldn't say super favorable for tornadoes, but I wouldn't rule out like a brief tornado. All right, let me see what storm chasers we have out there really quick. Let me check. Let me check. We do have Pennsylvania storm trackers out in Pennsylvania, I would assume. So let's get them up here. Anyone else lagging? Yeah, that'd be good to know. Is anybody else lagging while they watch the stream here? Are you getting any lag? One of the more impressive VROTs we've had this year yesterday? No, not even close. There was definitely contamination inside of that, so that wasn't like that wasn't an on the ground measurement for sure. I got a feeling that's going to be rated either an EF1 or 2. It was definitely not an intense tornado. I think it was way overhyped. Just judging by where the radar was in comparison to the storm and what it looked like just in terms of its presentation. It was very blocky. So we weren't getting the full picture by radar. And from the reports from the ground I've heard, I've seen some damage photos and it didn't really do that much damage. There was some like outhouses destroyed near houses, but the houses next to the outhouses or the outhouses were fine. So. Okay, so how might I do this again? We do that. There, perfect. Weird PDS. I'm not sure if it was the PDS tornado warning or the another one, but I know we had multiple tornado reports yesterday. And so far, I haven't seen any like significant damage. Although that outhouse, I mean, it looked like a shed or maybe like a large, like very common in like some rural areas. We get these like these kind of buildings that have metal roofs or regular roofs, and then kind of weak interior building, and farmers will keep a lot of their equipment in there, or that's like the little workshop, and they're usually built really weakly. One of those got completely destroyed, but then like there was literally 2 houses and trees right next to that area, and they didn't get any damage. So whatever that tornado was, I'm not sure which one that was. Because I didn't really have a whole lot of time. I've been super busy. I had to like deep dive into it. But yeah, good news here in the current time is there still is very little rotation here. At least is what I can tell by radar. This radar is very far away from this storm, so we don't really have the full picture, but we're keeping an eye on it. Also just got a new severe thunderstorm warning and back out over here near East Berlin, North York, West York, Spring Grove, Jacobus, and Yo all need to be indoors and away from windows. We got 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds possible on this storm, and that is tracking what appears to be down to the south and east. Flip the train. Yeah, you mean, was the train full of stuff? Was it empty? Who knows? Didn't sling the train. There's a big difference between a train getting flipped over and slinging a train. So like the Enderlin, and also how much was inside of the train. So if those were empty carts, pretty easy to flip that over with a weak tornado or maybe an EF2. With a fully filled one, and say that one gets lifted and flung 200 feet like the Enderlin tornado does, that could be EF5 damage. So there's big differences. None of those trains got like lifted and flipped. They all got just pushed over. And that could even be done if those carts are empty by straight line damaging winds. So we'll see what the EF report is about. They're going to be taking all of that into consideration as they go in and look. I'd be super surprised with anything above an EF2 rating personally, but we'll see. It's always good to wait. Although it is kind of fun to speculate, I will say. Surprised the new severe thunderstorm warning isn't tornado possible that the storm is about, I was talking about earlier. This one back over here. Yeah, there's a little bit of rotation on that one right there. We do have some rain wrapping around there. You might not have been talking about that one, but that one looks interesting to me. Check this one near Elkins. Yeah, we got a lot of contamination around these storms. It's going to be hard to tell what they're doing on the leading edge. Back over with these storms, though, I would expect tornado possible maybe eventually on these. Are any of these tornado possible? Not yet. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, this one has some rotation there near York Springs, a little bit of rotation back over there near Chambersburg. These storms are in Pennsylvania, southern Pennsylvania. Yeah, I keep an eye on them. I keep an eye on them for sure. Because, again, we don't have maxed out storm relativisticity here. 200 storm relativisticity, that's when you're starting to think, we might get some strong tornadoes. But we do have around 100 storm relativisticity. So if everything goes just right, some of these storms might produce tornadoes on the weaker side. So we got to keep an eye on these storms over there near Guilford and York. I think the Enid, I have no idea about the Enid tornado. I know they did some recalibrations or some new tests on the winds on the Enid tornado that indicate that it was an EF5. So, if that's true, then yeah, it was an EF5. Will they actually change the rating? Who knows? I haven't peer reviewed their science paper on that, so I wouldn't know. Let's come back over to this tornado warning over here in Maryland. I'm sure there's people wanting some updates about this. Yeah, Midland Ocean or National Ocean Midland, Charleston, Moscow, Barton, and Carlos can all come out of their safe spots. We're still watching this storm, but they're going to probably let that tornado warning expire. Should have still been a SIG 1 threat. There was nothing really to indicate a SIG 1 threat, to be honest. I mean, there was a lot of storm relativisticity. The thermodynamics were terrible yesterday, which is why we got mainly brief tornadoes and no long track ones. So there was nothing really there to, in my opinion, to issue a SIG. I mean, there was high storm STP, but that doesn't really mean much if your thermodynamics are absolute crap. Tornado warning has expired now. Yes, it just expired. So that's good news. Everybody can come out of their safe spots. We love that. But the severe threat out here still continues, and could be for a larger area than what we're showing here on screen. But so let's go over that. Okay, so you can see we got a severe thunderstorm watch over here. If I turn on the SPC outlook for today, you can see that's in a very small portion of it. We have a slight risk that extends all the way back through Youngstown, Pittsburgh, Canton, Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Chicago, and Peoria. We also have another slight risk back over here near Pierre and Sioux Falls, back over into South Dakota, going into parts of Iowa and Minnesota. We'll mainly be covering this area today. If something pops off over here, we will obviously talk about it. And if there's any rotation, we'll obviously talk about it, or tornadoes or whatever. But our tornado threat shouldn't be back over there. There is a tiny little 2%, but our main tornado risk is back over near Chicago, Kankakee, Gary, Fort Wayne, Lima, Dayton, Columbus, Wheeling, all for the same thing kind of as yesterday, weak and brief tornadoes. Get the right atmospheric conditions together. Maybe you can eke out a strong one, but most of our data is not pointing to that scenario today. Should mainly be damaging winds. Hey, thank you for sending 100 joules. Thank you so much. Yeah, tomorrow wind enhanced. Yeah, for damaging winds. Yeah, we just saw that earlier, so we'll talk about that because a lot of the same areas as yesterday are going to be in the same risk. So, over there near Chicago, Kankakee, Kokomo, Muncie, Indianapolis, Covington, Dayton, Columbus are all going to be in a 3 out of 5 risk. And then we've got a 2 out of 5 risk that extends all the way into parts of Virginia, North Carolina, parts of Tennessee, all the way up there into parts of Iowa as well. So looks like we're going to be live tomorrow covering that as that progresses. Just another day, another severe weather threat. Definitely worth being weather aware, as we could get some stronger winds up there. All right, let me see who else is live. God, my hair is not behaving today. I got a haircut. To be fair, did not take a shower today. Probably should have gone with the hat today. I might find that later. All right, let's see. YouTube. Anybody else live out there? Oh, by the way, huge announcement. Connor Croft is coming back on the stream. By the way, So that's awesome. He's a really good chaser, one of the best out there, honestly. I think in terms of forecasting, he does a really good job being in the right space or place at the right time, which isn't a coincidence. He's a really smart individual. So I'm super happy that he's back as a freelancer. Let's see here. What about Pagey Tornado? They live around here, surely. They'll be live later or something. They're always live. Okay, they're not live right now, though. CJ might go live later on the day, it seems. So we'll have him later on. Yeah, he's going to be going live at 5. And then Connor is scheduled for 5 o'clock as well. We'll be keeping, we'll have both of them. So we'll have CJ Connor Croft, potentially Pagey Tornado on as well. Let's come back down here and check in on our storms out here. Yeah, still got a little area of what appears to be some contamination here north of East Berlin, but definitely a strong inflow on our storm. Our rotation would happen right in there. Actually, that's still kind of in the inflow there. We are a little bit far away from our radar, so fortunately, without a chaser right here, we won't be able to see. Let me see if I have any traffic cameras near this area. I have one like over here near West York. Let me see if that's like facing back towards our storm or not. That camera might be down, unfortunately. Also got a camera back out over here near this storm. Let's watch this one. What's up with PA storm trackers? Are they frozen? Oh no, look at this. We got a tree down in Indian Head, Pennsylvania.
Yep. So
That, like
hard
I said, I just
to
see a couple.
hard to tell.
It is a little different direction, I think, than the ones up on Immel. We got to go back up Immel anyhow, so we'll look a little closer on the way up.
XYX, this is going to be like more near Connellsville. Yeah, not quite.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of a tree down there. Is this the main round? Yeah, this will be the main round for the East Coast, yeah. But, I mean, from back here, we're still waiting on initiation. We did have a little bit of a capping inversion in place. Apparently, we have a new mesoscale discussion to go over, so let me look at that. Yeah, back over, let me get this set up over here. It's this one. There. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. Resize it. Hey, thank you, Courtney, for sending a gift as well. Thank you so much. Let's see here. MCD. That's a Go trophy for 1,000 joules. Thank you so much. Means a lot. Monitoring the area for some increased severe storm potential. Looks like we got a little boundary out there. And some instability really building in near there. So it looks like they're calling for the potential for weak tornadoes, winds up to 55 to 70 mile per hour winds. That's going to be mainly over there in parts of Cedar Rapids, DeKalb, Aurora, and Joliet. Watch percentage is 40%, so not high confidence. But we do have storms trying to fire over here, and if they can mature, they will be a severe problem. You are the GOAT. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, some storms are trying to fire east of Cedar Rapids. Yeah, they've been doing that for a while. But yeah, I mean, if they can mature, they could be an issue. So it is worth mentioning and worth thinking about if you live over there in that area. Let me check our mesoscale analysis over there. I just want to give my own little 2 cents on this. Let's change that sector to here. There we go. So there's Illinois right there. Some winds coming out of the south near the surface. Maybe some sort of boundary right there for sure. Yeah, look at that. 5,000 joules. Wait, is that 6,500 joules per kilogram? Oh my gosh. That's a lot of instability. Holy moly. What are our lower level lapse rates? Around 7. That'll support severe weather. Mid-level. Yeah, healthy environment, at least thermodynamically. Let's go look at our wind shear. We got a little area of 200 storm relative velocity. We get storms fire, and then later on today, that's also kind of hanging around there. So we get storms fire a little bit further to the south, and maybe that's still 100 storm relative velocity, where you're seeing that area of convection there in northeastern near Chicago. Still still around 100 storm relativity with those storms as well. Those could be a weak tornado threat up there. I mean, if we get storms fire a little bit further to the south, and then some of that stronger instability, or you know, shear that and spin, that would be not good. We got a post here from Melinda or Matilda in Eldersburg, Maryland. Hopefully the mountains break up the storms like they normally do. This area is normally saved a lot by the mountains. I hope so. We have seen some severe weather for you in the past, but I don't think we've had anything too crazy for you recently. Looks like our storm over here near Guilford might be developing some rotation that also looks a little bit contaminated. It is in the rain. That is in some rain though. So again, not any strong rotations, or at least pressing rotations right now on radar. That one is still a severe thunderstorm there. Let's check back over in southern West Virginia and see what we can see. Got a camera here. Is it looking at anything? And a tornado possible to the York storm. Okay. Yeah, it does have an inflow developing. And are none of our cameras working today? Like, what's going on here? Can I find a camera that works? Okay, just a few of them in the best areas are not working. Yeah, still looking good over there. But that's the latest. What about Lima, Ohio? So let's go over our latest models real quick. Just show you what is possible. These models will probably be wrong, just given the fact that, you know, this is a little bit more of a kind of small scale type deal. You know, it's like storms are really going to be firing over there. Man, flooding risk. Watch out for some flooding over there near West Virginia. And yeah, those storms firing over there near Chicago. Not in the best environment for tornadoes, but they could be. Maybe get some storms fire over there near Missouri. That might not be too great. But yeah, it seems like most of our storms are going to stay to the east until about 9 p.m. And we're going to start to see this complex form, potentially bringing damaging winds all the way from southern Michigan into Toledo and then into Ohio, 3 a.m. So that's going to be your threat. It's going to be really late at night. We'll get some thunderstorms a little bit earlier by 3 p.m. today over there near like Canton, looks like. Then maybe over there near Columbus on the backside of all this. And yeah. Could be I am a little bit interested back over here in Ohio because some models have been indicating that there could be, you know, 200 storm relative velocity popping up somewhere over here as well later on today. So might be worth keeping an eye on those for a tornado threat as well. But generally it should remain pretty low. It's going to be hit or miss today. A lot of damaging wind reports probably are possible today. All right, check back in on our storms. Yeah, there's still a little bit of rotation on. Oh, hold on. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning back over here near Standing Stone for 60-mile-per-hour winds and some half-dollar sized hail over there near Raysville. So make sure you're indoors and away from windows. That's in northeastern Pennsylvania. There's a little bit of rotation actually associated with our mesocyclone here. No debris signature. It's very weak rotation. And this is a storm they put, yeah, the tornado possible tag on it. So keep an eye on it. It is a little bit of a discrete supercell. It might need a little bit more to kind of push it over the edge, maybe a merger or just the right nudger type thing. We also have a storm over here near Hagerstown. That might go severe warned soon. It is starting to build that updraft a little bit. Well, we can't use Railcam. There was an unwarned tornado near Bel Air and Laconing about 20 minutes ago. No, just an unwarned. What are you talking about? Y'allbot's cousin-in-law? What the heck? Parasocial relationship with an AI. That's an interesting new one. Not sure how I think about that. Thanks for covering us. West Virginia usually gets ignored or very short of the stick. Yeah, and I usually always cover, you know, slight risk with like 2% tornado risk, but I've just been so busy. I've just been so busy lately trying to code, and also, you know, the Apple review came back for Weather Circle, so I had to make a lot of code changes there as well. It's been a busy week, busy week. I've been working like 12 hours a day, so just doing a lot of things in the back end. Really trying to get the storm sim ready, but you know, it's incremental progress each day. Unfortunately, running the storm sim takes about 30 minutes per run. And so, you know, and then like another 15 minutes of diagnostics, trying to figure out what changed with that run, what knob changed what. You know, one interesting thing I've learned is that raindrop size is important, apparently, in controlling the outflow and for tornado genesis. I didn't know that before, and it's mainly due to larger drops having less surface area, and they, you know, evaporative cooling doesn't happen as fast with us. So that was pretty interesting to find out. But yeah, I mean, just working on that. I know severe weather should take importance of that, but my financial situation is always kind of, you know, a little bit tight, and I really do believe that that's going to push us over the edge and really get us to that point where we can have, you know, a lot more cool things in Weather Circle and on stream with video editors and all that kind of stuff. I think it will enable all of that. So I'm really working hard so we can have higher quality content here on the channel and just more funds to work with when it comes to maybe helping people in damaged cities, or, you know, heck, if we can, you know, if the storm sim is huge enough, we can maybe install a radar somewhere. Who knows? You're loving having Weather Circle as an app now? Yeah, you're still beta testing it. Thank you so much, by the way, for beta testing it. Still seems a little bit contaminated here. Notable signature. I mean, this is probably our main circulation here and not up here. That's likely clear air contamination further up to the north. Pennsylvania usually doesn't warn storms. They're usually pretty good when it comes to identifying contamination. So we'll see how they do. Oh, wow, look at this. We just got an upgrade on this storm near Little Orleans and Berkeley Springs. That's going to be for 70-mile-per-hour winds and half-dollar-sized hail. So watch out. This storm is a little bit stronger than it was, and that'll increase the chances for some power outages out here. Why is that still there? Oh, got to refresh. Still small bugs in Weather Circle that need to be addressed. I keep focusing on the big picture. I keep missing the small bugs. You know, like the little gnats, little code gnats. You can get a Dow truck for a low price of $1 million. Hell, why not? Throw Vince Welty in that. I'm sure he'd love it. If I had multi-million dollars, I'd do something like that. Also buy one of those drone cars, put a storm chaser in there so they can just fly around near the storm. They just fly from storm to storm like that. I really want to push weather into the future. That's why I've been working so hard on the storm sim. I'm so tired of being in the past. You know, where we're at right now, with not enough radar coverage. You know, radars that are like 30 to 40 years old. You know, let's get new radar technology. Let's fund that. You know, if I ever get big and have enough money, I'm going to put so much money into research and development, not for myself, but for just weather in general. It's just so sad and poor. And, you know, unfortunately, when you get lack of funding from the government, it has to shift to the private sector. And hopefully, you know, we can be part of that. No, Otis is their own project. Is there any tornadoes that have touched down? Not that I have been able to see yet today on radar. Especially around northern Indiana last night. Yeah, there was a lot of side lobe contamination with all the storms, and I think that's why that velocity signature seemed a lot worse than probably what it was near the surface, because the damage that we saw reported near the surface, again, except for that one train derailment, which is still up in question, looks like EF1 to maybe like a weak EF2, but still, I mean, decent, a tornado day nonetheless on a 2% day in August is a little rare. There's a little radar. Yeah, unfortunately, when you're dealing with bad radar, you know, it's best to be conservative, or not conservative, but just to like be honest with people. Like, hey, this storm is super far away from the radar. We're not gonna know what it's gonna be able to tell us. So just if you're in the tornado warning, just be in your safe spots, just in case. You know, unless you got a storm chaser on the ground, and you got a storm that's like, you know, over 100 miles away from the radar, because that's the nearest radar. You know, you're looking like 9,000 feet into the atmosphere. So, you know, tornadoes happen near the surface, so you're not seeing any of the rotation or any of the details that are associated with the actual storm itself, that or the part of the storm itself that would produce the tornado, which is why it's very frustrating to not have enough radars. I mean, we should have radars everywhere. New 60-mile-per-hour wind warning on this storm. That's going to be for Clear Springs, Hagerstown, Robinwood, Caveton, Sabillasville. The good news for a lot of West Virginia back over here near Elkins is that a lot of this portion of this line has no severe thunderstorm warnings. I think if we do get one, it'll probably be like back over here, maybe near like Hutton and Valley Bend. Let me check our Ville on those. Yeah, we could get some severe thunderstorm warnings, especially back over here near Huttonsville, Valley Bend, and Elkins still. So I still wouldn't let your guard down. Back over here, heavy rain is certainly possible as this continues to push down to the south, and some gustier winds as well. There's not even a special weather statement on that. Let's see what PA Storm Trackers is doing. What are they up to? They're in Indian Head, Pennsylvania.
Really?
We'll be back.
You're gonna go up Paris?
I'm gonna go up Paris real quick and just see if
Well, yeah, that way then I can also tell Nick that, hey, you can go up Paris.
I don't know what they're doing. Their radar says that they're not near any storms, so they might not be very helpful. Let's see if we can see any storms ourselves. Let's go over to our cameras. Might be able to see this guy near Clear Spring. A little bit of rain there. Good afternoon. This camera is down. What about this one? Both of these cameras, man. All of our cameras are down in the worst spots today. Getting a little bit unlucky. Draw some cameras down here that will eventually be able to see the storm. Oh wow, they have upgraded this to a PDS severe thunderstorm warning with 80-mile-per-hour winds and some golf ball sized hail. Watch out over there near Berkeley Springs, Smith Crossroads, Duckwall, New Hope, and Shady Grove. We have got 80-mile-per-hour winds and golf ball sized hail. That golf ball sized hail will likely be over here in the pink near Berkeley Springs. And one cool thing that we can do here on Weather Circle is isolate that for you. So if we come over here, we can do this. That hail core is mainly just to the west of Berkeley Springs, and that'll be heading into Great Capuchon and Berkeley Springs itself. Bring that down to 0 there. Hey, thank you, Teresa and Matthew, for subscribing. Welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, watch out. 80-mile-per-hour winds. That's no joke. That's enough to put you in your safe spots. So if you live in Berkeley Springs, Smith Crossroads, Duck Wall in West Virginia, Sephores, Crossroads, Mount Trimble, all need to be in their safe spots. 80-mile-per-hour winds are definitely strong enough to knock over even big trees and to cause some pretty significant damage. So watch out over there. Please be in your safe spots. That's West Virginia. The state that we're looking at is always going to be at the bottom of the screen. Always going to be at the bottom of the screen. Politics on a weather channel? Who's talking politics? It's not me. Let's see here. I used to live there. Kake Pond. Yeah, I appreciate that, but I'm not gonna remember it. I'm just gonna be honest about city names from now on. I'm not gonna remember it. It's just the bottom line. There's too many city names to remember. My brain is it's full, memory full. I need more RAM. Still a little area of rotation on this storm. Not very strong yet, but I'm still keeping an eye on it as it moves towards Mackey Ford. Definitely got a supercell there. No doubt about that. Big flood threat currently in Big Flats, New York. lot of rain over here near Ithaca, Binghamton, and Elmira. That'll be happening for a while. Why don't you remember that town that was on screen for 1 millisecond? Hey, sometimes they're on the screen for longer. There's a lot of easy town names, but the ones that are difficult to pronounce, or the ones that just, like, for instance, I would pronounce this Burnt Factory, but sometimes people will be like, will come in and be like, no, it's actually Burrent Factory. And then when they do that, I just ignore it, because it's just like, I would never remember that again. I would never remember that again, because every time I see it in my brain, it's going to say the same thing. The good news is, though, if you're correcting me, you already know what city we're talking about. So that's good that you're paying attention to that. But it's nearly impossible to remember. One thing that would help maybe would be like an AI bot, but I'm not putting a bot on my channel. But an AI bot that comes in and just says the city names for me correctly. Just every time. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Thank you, Matthew, for the $5 super chat. Always appreciate your coverage. Well, thank you so much. That's a very generous donation from you, and I appreciate it. Let me change my title to reflect this 80-mile-per-hour windstorm. There we go. Text-to-speech bot. We already got a text-to-speech bot. If you donate over $10 to my Cash App, Venmo, or my PayPal, you can do a little text-to-speech message. Need a bot that goes to work for you? Hey, that's not too far out. I'm seeing robots do crazy things nowadays. I'm seeing robots do crazy things. I'm actually excited for, I'm more excited for the robot revolution than I am for AI revolution, although I do know that AI is probably needed for the robot revolution. But like a robot that cleans your house and mows your lawn, I mean, come on. That actually has use, and they better be freaking cheap. I'm not paying 10 grand for no robot. That'd be so cool though. But given the fact of how expensive processors are, I'm sure these robots at first will cost about as much as a car. And the rotation on this storm near West York and North York here in Pennsylvania has fizzled a bit. So that's good. It was never really that strong. Our main storm right now still is this storm near Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, with golf ball sized hail and 80-mile-per-hour winds. Forget processors. What about the RAM? Yeah, it's bad. Everything's getting so expensive. Gaming is almost dead. If robot trips and falls, is it a robo trip? That's only a joke that certain people will understand. And that exposes more about yourself. It does. And it's about me as well, because I understand it than I would personally like to admit. But the good news is that no people that don't understand that have no idea what it is or what it means in the bad connotations of it. It came out as a prelim EF1. See, guys, I know something. I know stuff. My brain ain't stupid. My brain ain't stupid. I know. I've been doing this a while. I have some experience. One thing I do like to do is, you know, sometimes on my off time, I go look at the damage assessment after an event. And what I wanted to start doing is that like in a video format, like after every storm. I think that's the only way that we're going to be able to combat all of this over exaggeration, is just after every storm that has like some tornadoes, go in and do a video the day after. And, you know, maybe lump a forecast in it, but mainly do like a high quality, like kind of like tornado TRX type overview of that event that would be released the next night. Something that I can record in the morning and then have a video editor work on while I'm live if I had to go live the next day. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is get a video editor. We need a video at like a good one, like a real good one. And I'm willing to pay money for it, but I'm hoping Oh wow, look at this. The severe thunderstorm warning. Back over here south of Georgetown, Denny Corner in quarantine. You guys need to be indoors and away from windows. I'm hoping I've maybe found a solution for my money issues. We'll see. Maybe. I got an idea that I'm working on. I'm cooking. I'm constantly cooking. Cooking food too. Because the thing is like, you know, when you're in the moment and you have like all these people like shouting about like things that are happening, like a lot, like even like storm chasers, you know, can be susceptible to this, you know, calling a tornado violent. And then the next day, violent in the weather terminology means EF4 and above. So, you know, when you call a tornado violent, you better be sure that that's a really strong tornado. You know, going back and then looking at the, you know, what it's rated, it's a lot of them have been rated like EF1s and EF2s. Some of them have been rated EF3s, but most of the times they're not violent. They can't tell with their eyes. We can't tell on radar. And so, you know, it's always good to have a good overview because, you know, you get all these big words and things that mean, you know, something really bad happened. And then the reality of the situation is usually a lot different than what you experience live. And so I would really like to do like not super in-depth, but like entertaining-ish analysis of a storm after the fact, like not just for the big days, but also for the smaller days, because sometimes some smaller days can get a little bit blown out of proportion. Latest update back over here with Smith Crossroads, New Hope, Mount Trimble, and Sephora's Crossroads. Still watching out for some 80-mile-per-hour winds and some golf ball-sized hail. This still remains a very strong storm. So I definitely still want you guys to be in your safe spots there in New Hope, Duckwell, Smith's Crossroads. Again, those 80-mile-per-hour winds are going to be strong enough to knock over big trees. And so if you're not in your safe spots, those big trees could fall on your house, and then you're going to have a big problem. If you're like upstairs, you could get injured. So please be careful over there. I do want to check back over on this storm near York, see if there's any more organization. There is not. Back over here near Guilford, looks like we have a little bit of an embedded supercell. Looks like there's rotation here, but that is in the clear air, obviously. So that is going to be some contamination. We got another little supercell trying to develop over here. Oh, hold on. They just extended this severe thunderstorm warning back over here near Capone Bridge, Reynolds Store, Gore, Shawneeland, Winchester, Stevensville, Bunker Hill, Middletown, and Wardensville. So you guys all need to be indoors and away from windows there. EF0, EF1 is not violent. Yeah. So here's just for the people that aren't familiar with weather terminology. So EF0 to EF1 are considered weak tornadoes because they can do damage to your property, but they likely won't destroy your house, right? You'll survive them even if you're not in your safe spots. Like an EF0, if you got a well-built house, you'll probably survive it even if you're not in your safe spot. EF1 is a little bit different. There's more flying debris that can get thrown through the window. You don't want to be near the window. You want to be close to the center of your house, and, you know, to get some roof damage, but you know, your roof will survive. You know, if you live in a trailer mobile home, you should always, like, no matter what kind of strength the tornado is forecasted for that day, you should, like, your trailer can get obliterated with an EF tornado. You know, once you get into that strong category, you're talking about EF2 tornadoes. When people say strong tornadoes are possible, that means EF2 tornadoes. Now you're starting to get to those categories where you're going to start to see more parts of your roof get removed. You might see walls collapse with an EF2 tornado. Once you get into EF3 category, you're talking about intense tornadoes. So when you hear the word intense, talking about EF3 tornadoes, those can cause like complete destruction of a house in sometimes, or remove most walls, remove most of your roof, leaving the only interior portion of your house intact. Now, when you get into the violent range, you're talking about EF4, EF5 range. You're talking about entire houses being destroyed. So when you hear the word violent, it actually has meaning in distinguishing the type of intensity of tornado that is being talked about. So when you're going around saying violent tornado is on the ground or intense tornado is on the ground before the data comes out, you're leaving yourself open and susceptible, you know, to being completely wrong. So it's always good to wait, but you can't tell some things by looking at radar. And then, you know, as you get storm chasers in the area, they share the damage photos and you can get a little bit of a better understanding of like, okay, that was actually a really strong or intense tornado. Me personally, I like to keep that wording away, you know, reserve it for like when I'm confident that it's a strong tornado. I usually won't call something intense unless the storm is really close to radar and we have, you know, storm chaser footage of like the house completely ripping, or the tornado completely ripping houses, you know, to shreds. Let's see here. Bendersville, Bilgerville, Gettysburg, and Bonneville is now under a severe thunderstorm warning with 1 inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds.
Michael Hepler donated $20.
Hey, thank you, Michael
Lovely
Helper,
to see you on today.
for becoming the second donation of this month. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat for Michael. We are now getting closer to, we're starting our, okay, the good news, they did extend this severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds, so it looks like they're going to be allowing this 80-mile-per-hour wind warning to expire. So this storm has lost a couple of its marbles. So still worth being indoors and away from windows there in Hedgeville, Martinsburg, Shepherdstown, over there into West Virginia, and then also over there near Keedysville, there in Maryland. Do you want to check back over here and see if we have any more initiation happening? We're going to be watching back over here in Ohio. We are starting to get some storms fire near Wapakoneta. So these storms eventually, let me see if that's still showing up on our mesoscale analysis. Change the sector. Is this really the best look we have of Ohio on our sectors? What about this one? Yeah, so the main thing I'm watching for Ohio, yeah, you can see those storms are firing in 200 SRH. This is what I was talking about earlier. We have chances that could be there, and it is there. So if those storms can mature, we could even have a localized strong tornado problem back over here into like western, going into central Ohio. So if you live out over here, I'd be paying attention to these storms. If they can mature in that environment, they will be tornadic. So got to watch this storm and see if it will mature. I was worried about that. And it looks like we are starting to get storms fire there. So hopefully that they don't mature. Let's check our Echo Tops and Ville on this. Yeah, Ville is building. Echo Tops are also building. These storms are already almost mature. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning over there. 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds near Elgin and Arcadia Lakes and Forest Acres. That is going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1 inch hail. You guys need to be indoors and away from windows there. Yeah, we'll be keeping a very close eye. Yeah, it looks like so is the SPC. We just got a new severe thunderstorm watch back out over here in Ohio for Springfield, Xenia, Circleville, Columbus, Lancaster, Chillicothe, Portsmouth, and Athens. I would not rule out a strong tornado with these if they can get organized and surface space. That could be an issue. Could be an issue. Gonna be watching those storms closely. That environment is looking a little spicy over there. A little bit more rotation on the storm near Cave Town. Still weak, but you can definitely tell it's trying to organize into a supercell. I also just got a new severe thunderstorm. Oh, lots of new severe thunderstorm warnings. One over here near Thurmont for some half-dollar sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then back over here, we're actually getting up towards ping pong ball sized hail near Jacobus, Crossroads, and Shrewsbury there in Pennsylvania. Central Wisconsin gonna get hit? I don't think so. Yeah, over here near Lakeview, looks like they're already severe thunderstorm warning this storm in Ohio. That's going to be for 1 inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. It's going to be heading towards Lakeview, Bell Center, West Mansfield, Zanesfield, and Valley High. Russylvania and Huntsville. My chat died. Let me resurrect. Do some CPR in the chat. Bam. Looks like we're 0.6% to our goal. Let's go. That was rude of it, right? That's YouTube Studio. I don't know why that happens, but every now and then YouTube Studio will just crash. Don't know what causes that. Let me make sure monetization is still on. Ever since they turned off my monetization randomly on that one stream, I've been like watching it like a hawk. But yeah, I mean, this storm is already mature enough to be tapping into some of the shear environment out here. So we got to keep an eye on this. Again, these storms that are forming in Ohio, they have a little isolated area of 200 SRH. If that sticks around while these storms are here, could have some big issues in terms of tornadoes. So just keep an eye on them. Again, it is August, so. And this pattern is still kind of like a July pattern, so things can still go wrong. We can get too much rain and outflow boundaries, etc. But You know, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on these storms, just given that we have a lot of spin in this area. We'll check a little bit further west. We do have more storms trying to organize back over here near Moline, Sterling, Dixon as well. And then let me check the Ville on these guys. Yeah, updrafts are not really too organized yet, so not really expecting any severe weather just yet. But they are building in strength a little bit. Oh, wow. Little picture from Matilda out here. Whoa. Huh. Yeah, that's interesting looking back in there. Did you just take that? Just now. Where's that located? Probably Scud, but let me see if I can find it. Probably won't be able to. Kind of look like it would be like this camera here in Maryland. Yeah, this is what the conditions are looking like out there in Maryland. Heavy rain with this storm right now. Not a whole lot of strong wind on the leading edge, but you can see these trees are dancing a little bit. Of course, T's blocking that feature. What do you mean? Of course, T's. What's T's? You might be able to get some good views out here. Maybe. Want to have a view of the storm? Always good to check the cameras. Hagerstown in Maryland. Hagerstown. Not seeing any cameras in Hagerstown. I'm seeing one to the south. That one's down. This storm is really ramping up. Some rain. It's not leading to a whole lot of rotation, but there is some rain ramping around that little mesocyclone there. I wonder if my camera program just doesn't have that. I'm not seeing any cameras in Hagerstown. Maybe north? Oh yeah, this is that camera right there. Okay, yeah, that wouldn't have been anything. Just some scud. Thank you for reporting that, though. Oh, the text was blocking the feature that looked like a tornado. Yeah. I wish they would just, like, they don't have to announce. Like, this is the Maryland cameras. Like, we know that. We clicked on it. I wish they would just make it a clean feed. The airport is north. Okay, thank you for letting me know. New severe thunderstorm warning back over, or update over here near Mulgansville. That's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds there. So Mulgansville and Cavetown and Higgsfield, Cascade all need to be indoors and away from windows. Check back over on the storm near York. Again, this is a very classic example of what a storm does in, 100 SRH. It tries, but it just can't get it. In some scenarios, when you have a lot of 3 cape, let's check our 3 cape. 100 SRH is plenty for like weak spin up tornadoes. Go here. Let me see what our 3 capes looking like. Yeah, there's a decent amount. It's not really elevated, to be honest. Around 125 to 100 out in front of that storm there. There is 175 3 cape, but no storms around that. And then back over here into Illinois, we have some 3 cape developing, but not a whole lot. But over in Ohio, right near the storms firing over there, let's go check back in with those storms. It seems like everything's lining up for potentially some tornadoes over here. These storms can stay mature. Check our Ville. Echo tops. Yeah, it's still healthy. Still a healthy storm. We'll be keeping an eye on it. Could be a problem for Delaware. If we get more storms to fire, maybe Columbus. Looks like they're moving east. All right, let me change my title. Hurricanes at most are of EF3. Yeah, hurricanes usually produce weak spin-ups. Occasionally they can get stronger though. Those are usually the hurricanes that are like transitioning, usually within the hurricane itself. You won't actually get very strong tornadoes, but you know, on the outer bands,
Walter donated
you can get
$25.
you can get some dry air that works into there. And thank you, Steven, for the $25 on I don't know if that's on Venmo or Cash App or PayPal, but thank you so much. We've gotten to 1% of our goal, folks, already. Thank you. Let's go. Everybody put birthday cakes in the chat for Steven. I think you can't for subscribing. Peoria, Illinois today. Yeah, we're watching for you today. We do have some storms trying to develop near Davenport if they can. There's a lot of instability out there, and they could lead to some severe thunderstorm warnings and maybe even a really small tornado threat. I think our highest tornado threat, at least in the short term, though, right now is in Ohio. Watching these storms closely. So many MSDs around Dayton. I'm so over this weather. What's MSD mean? Dogs are very smart. They are. There's a new study done, MRI study on a dog's brain, and they actually can tell what your different facial expressions mean. New severe thunderstorm warning with 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's near Tom's Brook, Strasburg, Woodstock, Edinburgh, Mount Jackson, Bassett, Timberville, Newmarket. That is for 60-mile-per-hour winds. So watch out there. Dogs are better than cats. It's all about your preference. I personally agree with that. Cats just aren't that social. My brother owns one cat, never seen it. My friend owns a cat. I was literally friends with him. I was literally friends with him and have gone into his house multiple times, never seen the cat. But it's in there somewhere. They're just always hiding. Brief tornado near Peoria yesterday. Interesting. Oh, mesoscale discussions. Gotcha. Yeah, it's MCDs. Yeah. Watching videos and news of the wildfire out west. They caught a very large tornado in Canada. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, there are social cats. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the times it depends if somebody owns a cat and a dog, because usually the cats stay away from the dogs. But some cats love the dogs. There's just so many different kind of cats, which I say would make them pretty interesting. They're definitely interesting. But I would choose Chaz over a cat any day. He's my little bubbies. Where do you go? There he is. Hey, bubbies. You had a cat and you thought 100% that he was a dog. That's funny. After this El Nino, does the next tornado season strengthen? I don't know. I don't really do long-term forecasts, so I'm not really good at it. But Convective Chronicles is pretty good at it. New severe thunderstorm warning back over here near Bel Air. That's going to be 460-mile-per-hour winds. These storms are moving off to the east. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning back over here near Marlinton, Oak Hill, Beckley, Crab Orchard. That's going to be 460-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail. So not big hail, but some 60-mile-per-hour winds could certainly be possible with that storm there. And then they're extending this already down into parts of Virginia and southeastern West Virginia. That's going to be for Alderson, White Sulphur Springs, Callaghan, Warm Springs, Hot Springs. And then we got another one over here near Belmont Estates, Mount Clawford, and Churchville. We're up to 16 severe thunderstorm warnings. Those are all going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds mainly. Check back over on the storm near Ohio. Still looking okay. I mean, it's not mature yet, but definitely keeping an eye on that. You even try to eat dog food? What? Depends. You know, cats, cats and dogs like good food. Just like you. They like a lot of the things that you like. So that surprises me. Because kibble tastes like crap. I've tried it. Both of my male cats fight with each other on me. Oh, cute. Do we have any? Y'all should be posting these cat photos in Weather Circle. I saw a pretty cool storm in Alabama the other day. Look at that. I was driving. I think this is when I was driving to get a haircut before I went to a cancer. What is it? The American Cancer Society fundraiser. I've just been getting hit by storms. The other day I got hit by like this microburst and it put down a tree like 1 mile ahead of me. Thankfully I was going, every time it rains that hard, I usually drive at like 30 to 40 miles per hour. But yeah, it was unexpected. It wasn't really that big of a storm. Thank you for the 10 jewels. Autumn, thank you. Your dog is a fence hopper. I found him. Yeah, the big dogs, man. You'd be surprised. Some big dogs can jump extremely high, and it's more of like how they like do the little arch jump. You know, they do the little arch jump. So, you know, when they're just standing up, you're like, there's no way you can jump over that. But they jump first with their hind legs, and then they sling their weight over like that. And then their back legs go up, and so they do like a little pole vault. They can get up there when they do that. They can get up there. Golden retrievers are so cool. They're so floofy too. So far, I'm not really seeing any strong rotations. Still watching this little area of rotation. Still pretty broad right now. Wow, this radar is really far behind. What's going on? New severe thunderstorm warning over here near Belleville, Wrightsville Beach for 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's in North Carolina. There, it updated. Oh, I know what happened. I probably checked the Ville, and then it got stuck. Accelerating climate change is expanding Tornado Alley northwestward and eastward, Illinois. Yeah, it's also making the. I have a friend that lives back over here in Washington, I believe, near Seattle, and they say like they used to never had to deal with wildfires, like really, but like in the past couple of years, it's just been like really bad. And it started off in Canada, but now it's starting to leak into the mountains over here, I think, and like the whole friggin' United States is covered in smoke. So, like, yeah. It's getting bad. It's changing a lot of things, and I don't think we were. And then we have an El Nino that is off the charts right now. It's only going to get hotter as we go in the wintertime over there in the El Nino region, and that's going to have a lot of implications around the world. You know, El Ninos can change weather patterns so significantly that they put vulnerable communities in really bad situations where the crops just don't grow. And then famine can happen, and you can lose millions of people because of a strong El Nino. So it's a big, serious event. Made worse by climate change. Gotta go therapy. See you later. All right, see you later. I hate thinking about climate change, though. Makes me so sad. I look outside every day, and I'm just like, this is probably the best it'll look. Kind of like AI. It's like this is the stupidest AI will be. You know, I go out and look outside and I'm like, this is the best it'll look outside. Washington is my birth state. Spokane, I have childhood memories. Yeah. I mean, those fires, man, they're so bad. And it's summer too. A lot of times, like people out there, they like to go camping during the summer. Can't do that this year or you'll like choke on smoke. Like if you live out there in Washington, unfortunately, your lifespan is getting smaller by the minute if you're not taking the right precautions. Breathing in that smoke is very bad. There's a lot of particulate matter in there. Cancer-causing chemicals as well get released as well, depending on what burns. You can inhale a puff of smoke that is filled with, you know, burning house building materials. I mean, you gotta wear a mask. Gotta wear a mask. I hate to be that guy, but you gotta be. I hate to be that guy, but you gotta wear a mask. You got to seal off all the insides of your windows when you got those bad air qualities. Somehow you've got to recirculate the air inside your house if you're gonna have air conditioning like that, or just turn off the air conditioning. You know, because breathing that in constantly, you're like smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, and you know that's unhealthy for you. "12-year-old Labrador thinks he is still a puppy." Oh, I see the 60% area in the Atlantic. Yeah, it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna be a threat to the United States. At least a little bit too early to know for sure, but at least right now our current data is indicating that this is weak. And then this storm back over here has a 60% chance of forming in the next 7 days. But I don't think, I think it's supposed to form and then kind of go up to the north rather than come into like the Gulf of Mexico. At least that's what I've been seeing. Obviously that could shift, but we can look at it on our satellite. We'll do, goes east full disk, and then we'll do clean. Yeah, we got some healthy waves coming off. So we'll be keeping an eye on it. You know, if it looks like it's going to threaten the United States, obviously I'm going to start talking about it more, but there's no real point to talk about it. Oh, so we lost one of our storm chasers. We should have more storm chasers on later on, though. We got plenty of storm cameras. Let's make sure we're keeping up with those. We got this over here near Capone Ridge. These are the conditions over there. A little rainy. Probably a stronger storm is over here near Halfway, but that one I'm pretty sure doesn't have a view of the storm. I think it's looking at the road. Yeah, we have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings over near in North Carolina, also South Carolina near Columbia as well. None of them should be too crazy. It's going to be very spotty, so I would be paying attention, but mainly thunderstorms. Map am I using? No, this is weathercircle.app. I created this app. It has traffic cameras, satellite, National Hurricane Center, all that kind of stuff. We'll watch this for a little bit. It's got multi-camera features. So you can set up 2 to 4 cameras all at once. Really cool app. We should come over. There's a 7-day free trial now. Resize it any way you want. We'll watch this camera for a little bit, see as that storm comes through, see if it's what it's packing. Am I a gamer? Not really, but I have been, like, after I code for like 12 hours, I need a break, and if I lately I have been playing Pal World because it's really fun. Is there a link posted for it? It's just weathercircle.app. That's the link. Will be available on Android and iOS hopefully this week, because I have submitted both of them for review. So let me check my email to make sure that hasn't happened yet, as it is a new week. No, it has not happened. We'll keep an eye on it, though. Okay, this camera's boring. We'll switch back to it when the storm's actually there. Actually go into the storm. So this one here is in the storm. So, oh yeah, look at that. Very heavy rain here. Some traffic happening. This is on I-70 exit 26. Very heavy rain. What's up, Fry Daddy? What? I haven't been called that in so long. You must live. You must know me somehow. Our world is great. Yeah, it's nice. I've already beaten the game. I'm more just optimizing my pals right now. But enough about that. I know we're talking about weather. So let's kind of give an update. We'll do a little round robin on all the storms. We haven't gotten a new severe thunderstorm warning in a while, but this storm over here near Forest Hills still moving down to the south towards Bel Air. Still with some 60-mile-per-hour winds. This one back over here is still warned for some ping pong ball sized hail. That ping pong ball sized hail is about to move into Jacobus. That'll be located pretty much right here. So just over there near New Salem and Spry. You see that purple? That is the hail core there. Watch out over there. And then also 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds are heading over there towards Gettysburg and Boonfield. There's some cameras nearby, none in the storm yet. This line to the south doesn't really seem particularly strong, but it does have some winds of up to 60 miles per hour. Got a lot of thunderstorms back over here near Farrell, White Sulphur Springs, over there near Malo, Clifton Forge, Bridgewater, Harrisonburg is eventually going to be there in Virginia. All right, what are these storms doing back over here? Are they staying healthy? They're getting spaghettified a little bit. Chick-the-Ville. New stronger updraft actually forming off to the east there. Yeah, the storm is struggling a little bit there near Sydney. So that's good news. We don't want those storms to mature. Yesterday's 2% went crazy. Not really. We had like what, 2 or 3 weak tornadoes. You're a storm chaser? Wow. Well, welcome in. How about Maryland? Yeah, Maryland has these storms over here near Hagerstown and Funkstown, Thurmont as well. Not seeing any dangerous rotations on these storms either yet, but yeah, looks like they just extended this into Walkersville, Union Bridge, Taneytown, Westminster, Manchester, and Hampstead. Yeah, thankfully not too tornadically active right now, but that can always change. Don't think we're going to be too tornadically active over here. We might get some errant tornado warnings, as we usually do when we get any storms that move into the near or into the Baltimore area. But usually those don't produce tornadoes, but maybe today will be different. We're watching these storms over here in Ohio. We're also watching for storm development back over here into Illinois, but so far that has been unsuccessful. We've got a new severe thunderstorm warning for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds over here near Clay, Denver, Ephrata, and Akron. Watch out. Was it one of the tornadoes yesterday PDS warned? It was, but it was only rated EF1. That one actually might have been rated an EFU. I'm not sure which one that was. There was a EFU rated yesterday and also an EF1. So yeah, seems like that storm had a lot of contamination in it, and so it made the velocities look stronger. And unfortunately, the people that were watching that storm at the time didn't know how to distinguish between that, and a lot of the changes on the ground over exaggerated. And yeah, it was a kind of an ish storm yesterday. I wish I was live yesterday. I was super busy. Yeah, that velocity near Streeter was contaminated. But there was definitely some rotation there, but it was contamination. There's definitely some contamination there. You're from Gatesville, Maryland. Well, welcome in. We're watching your area right now. We got storms over here near Hagerstown, and that's going to be moving off towards Westminster, Owing Mills, and Townsend. You are in Havre de Grace, Maryland. I can hear thunder in the background. Okay. Might be somewhere over here near Hagerstown then. Yeah, we do have some stronger storms here. Again, 60-mile-per-hour winds is like nothing to be super concerned about. You can knock over some trees though. So definitely be indoors. You don't want to be outside. Latest severe thunderstorm warnings will be back over here near Bel Air, Aberdeen, and Perryman. Maryland. If we have any cameras near here, we do. Doesn't that really have a view of the storm? We'll check this one near Pleasant Hills. That one's looking at the road, not helpful. What about this one near Churchville? Not many clear views on that, but we'll get a little better view of this storm from here eventually. So let me do multicam, and I'll have this on the top left. And thank you for sending happy poop, Mr. Dave, for the 10 jewels. Thank you so much. What about Hamilton, Ohio? So Ohio, we are watching out for these cells back over here. There's a decent environment for tornadoes if these storms can mature. So we're watching that very closely. So far, they have not been able to do that, but we're keeping an eye on them. We do get mature cells out of these guys. It can be an issue. So if you live anywhere around like Springfield, Columbus, Perkington, Xena, Circleville, Lancaster, Chillicothe, you are in a severe thunderstorm watch for a reason. And I'd be watching out for some severe weather there. EFU unrated, yes. It means someone probably reported a tornado, but they couldn't find much damage. Usually those are like ones that like big tornadoes that like happen in a field. You can kind of tell like there was some corn bent over in a certain way. Tomorrow you're in enhanced risk for severe weather. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a little bit more intense than today. At least in terms of the damaging winds. You're getting thunderstorm warnings on your phone. Yeah, we got a lot of thunderstorm warnings out here. Pretty much the entirety of this line that's entering into Western Virginia, or out of West Virginia into the western portion of Virginia, is warned for 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then we've got some also 60-mile-per-hour windstorms over here with some bigger hail of up to 1.5-inch hail over there near York, going to the south towards Winterstown. Most of our storms are warned for kind of your basic severe criteria, so nothing to overly freak out about. Just be indoors as these come through, and it should be over pretty quick as these storms are moving at a decent pace. That explains the lack of CC. Yeah. Latest scan over here, 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading into Lovettsville and Brunswick. When you were 6 months pregnant, your weather coverage saved my life in Southwest Missouri. My son turns 1 next week now. Well, happy early birthday to your son. Aw. I'm glad I could help. I'm glad I could be of service. The National Weather Service said isolated tornadoes could be possible. Yeah, that could be the same for today and tomorrow. But the main threat for tomorrow is going to be damaging winds for sure. Kind of always possible when you just have all these little boundaries out there. You can either get no tornadoes, or you can get little random sporadic tornadoes here and there. But overall, the only area that I'm maybe a little bit concerned of something stronger happening is over here, but these storms are not organizing right now, so still got a while for that. Hey, thank you, Dave, for sending 1 gifted membership. Thank you so much. Hearing a lot of thunder. Yeah, these storms are going to be carrying a decent amount of lightning, so definitely worth being indoors. My mom's dog, when he hears thunder, he like hides underneath like a couch and just will not leave, even with treats. We're starting to see some rain pop up on this camera now. Like, we're not going to get a view of the storm, but we are going to get a view of some of the wind and rain that is inside of it. What did I do? There we go. But the strongest velocities in touch. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's just it's hard to explain. You have to watch radar for years and years and years and see so many different tornadoes. But it's just like this very distinct blocky view. Where it can look like it's a strong rotation. But it's just too blocky. I don't know how to explain it. It just looks blocky. It looks like, you know, like the velocity was assembled in a Minecraft server, you know. The storm doesn't seem particularly too strong yet. I do kind of want it to for just a little bit longer. See if we get any stronger precip. How am I? I'm doing well. Doing well. Today has been pretty active in terms of severe weather. Not so active yet with tornadoes, which we're not really expecting that today, but we did start off the stream with a tornado warning. Thankfully, that one fizzled pretty quickly. So mainly watching some severe weather all the way up here into Virginia, Maryland, eventually going to be heading into Baltimore and New Jersey, where we're all this yellow here. That's the severe thunderstorm watch. Got somebody live over here. What the heck? Are they looking at the storm? Sent 2 joules. Thank you. Leon. See if it connects. Oh yeah, look at that. No sound. We got a camera over here though. It's live. I think it was. There we go. Maybe bad connection. No, I can see it. Yeah, it's bad connection. But I can see there's some clouds streaming in over there. Oh, there is sound. Hello there, sir. Are you watching the stream? Oh, he's definitely watching the stream. Or ma'am. Sorry. That is you? Well, speak. Hi. Okay. That's fine. You can communicate in chat. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. You're pretty close to that storm that's trying to mature. So if you can get like a view of the cumulus towers or somehow, let us know. 'Cause they are pretty far off to your west. I bet you if you went outside and pointed it at it, you could probably see a pretty cool view. They're moving away from you too. That's about Maryland storms rolling in. So far, they've been warned for 60-mile-per-hour winds. We've had a couple of instances where these storms get upgraded to up to 80 or with 70 or 80-mile-per-hour winds. So still could get some pretty significant winds, especially in the Maryland area. I'd be watching out for that. New severe thunderstorm warning was just issued back out over here near like the Walkersville area, Union Bridge, Windsor, New Windsor, Westminster, Hampstead, Spring Ridge as well. And yeah, you can see there's definitely some stronger winds on that leading edge there. That's probably our most healthy storm. So this one's probably gonna be the most impactful storm that we at least have on radar. We do have a little camera right here. Let's watch this for a little bit. Why did that do that? Success. Well, it doesn't seem successful. Try again. Did it just go down? It'd be bad luck. I think it just went down. Do these cameras have a view of anything? Oh, wow. Strong winds. Shaking the camera. Those are at least some of the strongest winds we've been able to capture today so far. Berkeley, West Virginia, I don't think you have much of a tornado threat now. I'm not really too worried. Look at this. Looks like we have a little tree limb down. We'll stick it on this one though. I do want to see. Just wish we had a clearer camera. This one is this. This is our clearest camera. We'll stick it on this one and just wait for the stronger winds to come in. This is near Hagerstown, just to the east of Hagerstown, Maryland. Southern Ohio, your threat's gonna be like way later, like probably 3 a.m. Maybe severe thunderstorm warning in South Carolina. Hazard some wind gusts, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That's near Dilton County. I think that's what that was. Storms are no joke today. The worst part of these storms past you near Garrett County, Maryland. Yeah, we'll see if the winds are still strong in this storm. They should be pushing in any moment here. Yeah, here they come right now. That heavy rain should be accompanied with some stronger winds. We'll see just how strong they are. The storm is surging a little bit, so we might see something a little bit surprising. We'll see. This is Weather Circle. Here, let me just go ahead and get a link and post it in chat. And then I'll pin it. WeatherCircle.app, we got a 7-day free trial now. There it is, and then I will pin it in chat. There we go. Check your cam, you pointed it at the storm. Okay. I'll check it right now. We got, you can also go live on Weather Circle. We got someone live near this storm. And this is just a viewer of ours who's using the app. Oh yeah. It's a little storm back there. You can kind of tell. You can kind of tell. Thank you so much for these views. I do appreciate it. And guys, on Weather Circle, I think this is a paid stream. So this guy could make money. So if you guys have tokens on Weather Circle, come over here and watch his stream. You support his efforts to stream, and then once he hits 500 tokens, which is equals to $5, you can actually cash out and earn money on the app. Same with anybody that is out in front of these storms. You go live, you can earn money. Boston Hagerstown says mostly it's the most rain he's ever seen. Yeah, it's got a lot of heavy precipitation in it. Let's turn back on that camera. Thank you, Salty Fingers, for subscribing. Why are your fingers so salty? What you been eating? And thank you for sending a loot box for 1,000 jewels. Thank you so much. The winds are picking up a little bit more. Definitely seeing the trees dance a little bit more here as well. Again, not super strong winds, probably somewhere around 60 miles per hour here. The Ohio storms are moving into a cold pool based on mesoanalysis. Okay, then those might not be the ones. Yeah, that's what it's looking like to the east with that storm. Again, not super strong, but it's enough to maybe cause some power outages, maybe some tree damage. So you definitely don't want to be outside. Same with this one. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds going down into Winterstown, Crossroads, and Shrewsbury. Turn my camera back on. Always turn it off so you guys can see the whole screen when we bring up the traffic cameras. Just in case you come in and you're like, what? Where'd he go? 60-mile-per-hour severe thunderstorm warning now extended a little bit further south here into West Virginia and Virginia, Callaghan, Cliftondale Park, Lowmore, Warm Springs, Union, and Rossville as well. And then we also have an extension out over here near Barnesville, Leesburg, and Ashburn for some 60-mile-per-hour winds. So watch out. It's a-coming. Got some severe weather over here near Damascus and Dryberry as well. That's going to be for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Another one over here near Allentown, same thing. Except the hail's a little bit smaller, heading towards Palmerton and Sierra of Sun Valley. Check back in with our dude live back over here. Fortunately, your screen is getting in the way. The screen in front of your window is getting in the way in the storm. But yeah, looks like these storms are struggling out here, thankfully. But we still got storms trying to fire. Let me check the. Someone said that this might be entering into a cold pool, so that's something that I would need to. Yeah, they will be soon. Check on that wind shear. We got 300 SRH though, right in that area. Holy moly! That cold pool or the cold air left behind by this line of storms might save southeastern Ohio from a little bit more of a dangerous day. But with 300 SRH, sometimes you can still get a storm try to become tornadic. So once these move like closer, get storms over there near like Lancaster and Logan, might have to watch out for that tornado threat there. But so glad you're back on YouTube. Yeah, thank you. And I took a little bit of a break. I'm just so busy with the app and with the so it's gonna be in and out, but on days where I kind of need a break from all of that, I will still go live. And we just got to make sure our finances are, you know, like I'm working on something that'll keep our finances good away from the stream, and that is super important to make sure I can be more consistent. We got a storm over here near Bordeaux Colony. Might be trying to do a little water spout action as that exits off of the coast here. Watch out, some 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds are possible over here. What happened to my radar state? Let me do a refresh. I don't know why it went away. Little bug. Over there in South Carolina. I'm gonna check for rotations again. Yeah, still looking good on the rotation side of things. Check on this storm. Yeah, still looking good. We got sideways rain here in Frederick. Wow. Where's Frederick? Oh, that's over here. Let me see if we got cameras there. Confirm the sideways rain. Can't confirm it with that one. Hold on. What about here? This will be a little bit easier to confirm sideways rain. Yeah, I did see that for tomorrow. Yeah. 3 to 5 enhanced risk for tomorrow. We'll definitely be live. Just got here. You better be monetized today. We are monetized. Yes. I double checked. It started off non-monetized and there wasn't a button to change it, and I got it concerned, but then it automatically switched to monetize. So all right, new severe thunderstorm warning. Let's check that out really quick. Move that out of the way. That's going to be for Chester Gap, Washington, Sperryville, Flint Hill, also Shandora Heights over here, or Shandora Shores over here in Virginia for 60-mile-per-hour winds. So watch out there. Also got another severe thunderstorm warning. This is in Mississippi, just to the east of Starkville. We have some cameras over here. I doubt they're looking at the storm though, but yeah, watch out over there near Artesia, Billups, and Bent Oak. That is for 60-mile-per-hour winds. Oh, we got a post over here. Oh, look at that. Your cat is beautiful. Look at those eyes. Your cat has blue eyes. That's crazy. The contrast between the black and or dark brown and the blue eyes. That is Magnificent. You looking out for storms? I don't think you're gonna see any. Very cute. Thanks for sending that in, Red Feather. Yeah, not seeing any storm possibilities there. Maybe some to your south, though. It's someone live down here. What the heck? Missed that. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning over here near Bolivar. That's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds. Just live stream out. See what's happening over here. What are you doing? Oh, forgot to turn my camera back on. Sorry. Oh, all right. Hey, thank you, Robert, for becoming an EF1 member. Thank you so much. I don't think he's doing storm coverage. I don't know what was going on over there. Sometimes these live stream things concern me a little bit. Oh, wow. Wind's picking up here a little bit. Our camera's starting to shake. What do I think about Southern Ohio near Cincinnati today? Should be okay. You do have a surface inversion out there. If that does lift, though, and we start to get storms fire, I am a little bit concerned. When I can't afford it, I appreciate that. You gonna tell me how handsome I look today? That shirt is definitely color. I do have a single 20-some-year-old daughter. I appreciate that, but I am finding my type is hard to find, so unless your daughters are weather nerds, probably not going to be a good fit. Or at least interested in nerdy things in general. We do have a little boundary over here near Springfield that could have caused some initiation, but again, right out over here, we do have a surface inversion, pretty stout cold pool there. There still is time, though, for that to kind of erode, though. I'm not scared of women anymore. I used to be intimidated by them, so I wouldn't say scared. There actually is a little bit of rotation developing near Figaville here in Maryland. Do we have any cameras near there? Kind of. Yeah, rainy and windy. And those are the closest ones. There is a little bit of rotation, though. No CC drop, but keeping an eye on that. If that gets any stronger, they might throw a warning on that. Also, the title of this, you have coverage. Yeah, I type so fast and I have dyslexia, so not a good combo. Thank you for letting me know. Terminal radar shows a broad mezzo on it. Okay, so it's not as strong as it looks there. That's helpful. I want to get terminal radars on Weather Circle, but they crashed my pipeline because my computer cannot handle most of the, like, all the processing for the pipeline and all that happens on my laptop, and it's a pretty good laptop, but it is maxed out right now. I can't add anything more in terms of cool things like pipelines and all that kind of stuff. Like pretty much any new models or anything, we're kind of tapped out. Check out on Windy Weather website. Are you doing an ad in my chat? What's wrong with you? Putting you in timeout. Yeah, latest scan, still some rotation there. Not as strong as it was, but there's definitely some strong winds near Fiagaville. So I am interested. We'll be able to catch that at all with these cameras. Oh yeah, look at this. Got some traffic stopped here and some really strong winds. Whoa. Okay, they need to upgrade that. That is over 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's like 70, maybe even getting close to 80. When it looks like all heck breaks loose like this, that means you're getting to 60 or 70 to 80-mile-per-hour winds. Whoa. This is off I-70 west and I-120. I'll be honest, I was not expecting that when I clicked in. Those are some strong winds. We need to get an upgrade on that storm. Show you guys where that storm is. Let's see. Yeah, it's near Frederick. Was that right? Yeah, near Frederick. Just south of Frederick. Very strong winds. Still strong winds. Wow. Thank you, Michelle. Nope. Charlene and Jean Hugo for subscribing. Welcome in. This is causing traffic visibility issues, and those winds are picking up. Hey, thank you for sending a corgi for 1,000 jewels. Thank you so much. What's up, Chazzy? How are you? Man, still very strong winds here. You can really tell just by how fast the rain moves across the road and the fact that traffic is reacting to it. Okay, looks like it's calming down a little bit. Wow. That can cause power outages. That's a problem. They need to upgrade this to at least 70-mile-per-hour winds. And that was just south in southern Fredericksville there. And that's going to be moving towards Bartonsville, Spring Ridge, in Maryland, Alpine, Lingamore, New Market, Monrovia. All need to be watching out for that. Let me see. This one's not showing anything helpful there. But yeah, that's a strong storm. Strong storm indeed. It was even blowing leaves around. Thank you for sending 67 jewels. Thank you so much. People drive super slow in the rain. Well, you're supposed to drive super slow in that kind of rain because you never know when someone's gonna slam on the brakes right in front of you, and you don't want to be going fast because you can hydroplane and you can't see. So, I mean, in light rain, I get it, but in rain like that, I would be driving like 20 miles an hour if just completely stopped. Check your cam. It should be better. Okay. We'll check your camera again. Looks like the storms are moving away from you, though, so it looks like you're about to lose the view of the storm. Looks like you got 3 people watching you. Nice. Hopefully they sub. Or follow you. Oh, yeah. Much better. Yeah, you can actually see the clouds back out over there. That's that Ohio storm way off in the distance, which, by the way, is still struggling to mature. So that's great news. If those storms mature, they will be a problem. We got a 70-mile-per-hour wind warning on this storm now, just to the south and east of Woodstock. Interesting. I don't know how many cameras around that, but if you live near Overall, Compton, Bentonville, watch out. 70-mile-per-hour winds are possible as that moves through your area. Another little severe thunderstorm warning over here near Greensboro, and this is in Georgia, near Woodville, Union Point, and Salome. This thing has wind and chill, 60-mile-per-hour winds. I keep forgetting to turn on my video capture device. I really need a button for that. Sorry about that. Latest scan back over here. Harrisonburg, Bridgewater, Elkton, Staunton, Waynesboro, Stewart's Draft, and Shenandoah all need to be indoors and away from windows. surprised they still haven't upgraded this. I mean, surely they're getting reports. The strong winds. Check this camera now. Nope. See, the strong winds are still happening. And they definitely subsided a little bit, but we got cars parked on the side of the road still. On the left side there, and one on the right side. More debris is causing some damage to these cars. We got a lot of cars on the side of the road. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just in this little spot. Yeah, I mean, that was really strong winds that came through there. 70 to 80 mile per hour winds. So if you live in Spring Ridge and Bartonsville, I would be in your safe spots just in case that wind is still there. Because that can definitely knock down trees, and you don't want to be like just hanging around in your house in the upper floor or like near the outside of the house. If a big tree falls, it's going to hit you, and that's going to hurt, if not be deadly. So please be careful. Davenport, Iowa. No, there's not really much going on in Iowa right now. We can check on that again. Yeah, we got some storms out over there, but they're not maturing. No, so far. These are expected to mature later, though. So Chicago needs to be watching out for these guys. Could be a damaging wind threat, and maybe even a brief tornado threat. Thank you, Storm Chaser and Bunny, for subscribing. Welcome in. What about the hook on the backside of that storm? Yeah, nothing. I haven't been able to see anything dangerous in terms of rotations. We did have a little bit of rotation earlier, but that died. It's mainly just a strong wind threat right now. Our latest warning back over here is going to be for 60 mile per hour winds. It's going to be heading towards Eagle Rock, Fincastle, Lexington, Buena Vista, Natural Bridge Station, Big Island, and Elon. By the way, guys, if you want to support the channel above and beyond, consider donating to Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, or on YouTube. I think I figured out how to get daily payments from YouTube. Maybe. I'm still not sure if it's working yet, but I might have figured it out. So consider subscribing or consider donating on YouTube, as well. But we get daily and 100% of the money from Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. Spare a couple of dollars, keeps the operation running. Allows us to do this every day. So please consider it. Will this line break in like 2 hours? It will. Eventually we will get some capping built in, but right now we're still kind of in peak heating, so I'm not really expecting these storms to kind of fall apart anytime soon. And given the fact of what we just saw near Frederick, they're getting stronger. Could have those same kind of winds over here near Point of Rocks. Let me see if we have any cams. We have cams on down the line on that one. We have this cam near let's watch this camera, or at least keep this camera on the side here for a little bit. Just to keep an eye on that storm. New severe thunderstorm warning back over here near Nassauville. This is in Florida. It's heading to the east towards Ferdinand Beach, Amelia City. That's going to be for 60 mile per hour winds and 1 inch hail, just north of Jacksonville. USBC outlook for today or for tomorrow? Got moved into the Tor threat for today. Gotcha. Let me see if that's uploaded or updated on their website yet. Oh wow. Yeah, we actually got a enhanced risk issued for today. That's going to be back over here into South Dakota and northwestern Iowa. A little 2% there. Mainly going to be damaging winds, so they're watching out for a strong mesoscale convective system that could bring some damaging winds out over there. Maybe a little bit of a tornado threat as well. Gonna change the thumbnail. Let me see when those storms are going to fire. Those might be later night storms. Do have 18Z in as well. Yeah. Storm's going to be firing at 10 p.m. But yeah, you can see that could bring damaging winds all the way into Iowa, and then also potentially into like southern Wisconsin and also Chicago by 11 a.m. tomorrow. And then that continues off into Indiana and Ohio as we get into around 5 p.m. and then finally dies as that moves. Man, if that keeps strength for the entire time, that could be a little derecho there. Maybe a little bit of derecho potential there. Wonder what our winds look like. Let's look at our surface winds. Not super elevated. Yeah, probably 60 to 80 mile per hour winds, if I had to guess. Let me check V. It seems like it gets pretty strong over there near Chicago. All right, looks like our storm is starting to come into view. We'll see what the winds are like. Are they still bad with this storm? So this storm just went through Fredericksburg, Maryland. Is there any way to stream Maryland storms for you? Yeah, just go onto weathercircle.app and then hit the live button. It's on the top, and then just go to the mobile, and it's really easy to set up. As long as you have service, it should pop up. And then we'll be able to see it on the map. Fredericks, Maryland. Oh, a leaf just flew across the stream. Do we have even stronger winds coming in? We'll see. A leaf doesn't really mean much. It's past Frederick right now. It had really strong winds in Frederick. Wouldn't be surprised if we even had any power outages there. And we're just checking to see if it still has these strong winds or if that was just like a brief thing. Particularly dangerous leaf situation. That's funny. A little bit of lightning too. Virginia's looking okay. We do have severe thunderstorm warnings there, but none of them are too bad right now. So just be indoors if you like hear lightning or whatever. That's kind of that. The only thing that the only storm that I am worried about in Virginia is this one, but because it's warned for 70 mile per hour winds and golf ball sized hail. But that shouldn't last for much longer, as these storms are very sporadic and brief. And in fact, it might not even be producing those kind of winds anymore. But if you live over there near Chester Gap, I'd be keeping an eye on that one. But for the most part, we're talking about your run-of-the-mill severe thunderstorms. So, 60 mile per hour winds. So just be indoors and you'll be fine. Just make sure you're not outside. That's where you're putting your life in danger. Yeah, not really seeing that strong wind indication. We are starting to see some stronger winds indicated over here near Leesburg, though, in Virginia. Check this camera here. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. It's like really sunny here, about over 100 degrees. Feel like I'm cooked. You cooking? Some decent winds over here near Leesburg. Not anything compared to like what we saw earlier, but definitely some decent winds. I would say our strongest portions of our lines right now are likely rolling into Maryland. So, if you live over there near Baltimore, Columbia, Eldersburg, Owings Mill, be on your toes for these storms. We're not really talking about much of a tornado threat right now with these storms. But There actually is a little tiny area of rotation over here near Glen Valley. So little spin ups still can't be ruled out, but for the most part, we are worried about damaging winds. The storm over here near Frederick probably produced 80-mile-per-hour winds earlier. So ought to be here in Aberdeen. Where's Aberdeen? Aberdeen. I feel like I just saw it. Storm is rolling in, so it must be near. I'll just search it. Aberdeen, Maryland. Oh yeah. Okay, so you're over here. It looks like the storm has done more than just roll in. It looks like it's already gone through your area, and it should be subsiding. Maybe a little bit stronger rain actually coming into Aberdeen right now. A little bit of rotation also trying to develop over there near Riverside. Not strong or concerning, but keeping an eye on it. Oh, someone went live near Aberdeen. And there also, you guys can buy some tokens and then support this guy as well. Thank you so much for going live. They are outside of their house. I don't think they have sound on. Thank you for going live and showing us this view. Looks like you're looking at some rain about to move in. I can see that fuzziness in the background. That is that rain. Oh, there's the sound. Yeah, we'll keep an eye. I think they're somewhere over there near Aberdeen, so they're probably gonna. Coda Boy, thunderstorm in Havergrace, Maryland. All right. Yeah. Havergrace. So where is that? Somewhere over here. Oh, right there. So you got missed by the worst of it, it seems. Let me just click closest radar. You got missed by the worst of it, but there's still more storms to come. So you got these storms off to your north, and then you also have this big old line coming in. So when the storms get close to you, consider going live again. We'll watch it. But I would encourage you to do it from inside of your house. Man, still seeing some pretty strong wind signals back over there near Leesburg. And it looks like they did extend this as a 70-mile-per-hour wind warning. Better late than never. Winchester, Owings Mill, Townsend, Baltimore, Bel Air. You guys are all in a 70-mile-per-hour wind warning. You guys do need to be indoors and away from windows. A little bit higher of a chance now for some power outages. So if you live in this area, be indoors and away from windows. And thank you so much for sending me the 200 joules. Thank you so much. And another 200 joules from Mike. Or Milk. Got an email yesterday from YouTube saying you were no longer taking subscriptions. Yeah, that was because I was so I have I added an affiliate to my channel, and that should allow me to get daily payments. And because I did that, it paused the memberships, but I unpaused them, so it should be good. The membership should be back on. As you can see, Jim, you're still a member. And look at all them gifts. Thank you so much for sending all those jewels. Thank you. The MCS with tour warnings last night. What are we all talking about? So no dangerous areas of rotation, but man, I need to get a view on this storm near Belmont if I can. And we do have a little camera here. Please work. Please work. And thank you, Crystal, for being a member for 15 months. Thank you, thank you. Try again. Dang it. Not working. What about back in here? Yeah, this storm might be knocking out power. Yeah, still pretty windy out over here near Leesburg itself, but I want to get out ahead. Let's do countryside. Oh wow, you can actually see the storm. We found part of a storm. Look, you can see it. 100-mile-per-hour wind gust near Leesburg? Don't think so. We're about to find out, though. We have been seeing some strong winds. We have a blip in South Dakota. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, the wind's already picking up and the storm's not even there. You can see on the top right, that is the leading edge of our thunderstorm. Let me hide myself so you guys can see better here. Even got a little lowering. I think with central Wisconsin, we'll probably get something like early tomorrow morning, getting closer to the afternoon. Man. Okay, yeah, there are strong winds in this storm. We're not even in the rain yet. Now this right here is a raindrop. Back up here, there was a lowering. Let me move this so you guys can see the top. We'll check on Woodbridge in a little bit. We're trying to figure out how strong these winds are, because on radar they look a little crazy, and on the ground they're looking a little crazy. But I mean, we're not even in the rain yet, so we got stronger winds, even more coming. Initiation can happen with capping. It's whether the storm matures is the big question. So you can get convective initiation and not. Look, another little lowering right there. Okay, here comes the rain. You're about to go live in Maryland. All right. Just let me know. Thank you guys for going live. I mean, that's what the feature was built for. Here, I'll keep this camera up. Was for you guys, you know, if you feel comfortable to go live and show us, you know, what's happening. It helps us warn people ahead of you. So thank you. Coda Boy posted. Okay. Voku Ross also posted in Weather Circle. Let me that's the cool thing about Weather Circle is that it's social. It's the only app that's social. You know, it's not just for me. Everybody can see these posts, and you can come click on them. You can like them. You can post your own videos. We've got a video. Oh, this is as a storm passed through Fredericksburg. Wow. Bold. Yeah, I'll shut the door too. These winds are starting to pick up. Oh yeah, a little leaf falling there. Thank you for that video. Thank you so much. That helps us. Yeah, another confirmation that this storm over here is strong. Oh, let me turn back on my camera. Forgot. So that's Westminster, Owings Mill, Townsend, Baltimore, Dundalk, still in a 70-mile-per-hour wind warning. Again, a pretty strong storm. Looks like the strongest part of it is going to be going more into Baltimore. There is a huge storm in Ohio that is rapidly growing. Is there? We'll check in, you know. Huge storm. We do have a storm that is developing. It's not a huge storm. It's a special weather statement. But we do got to watch this storm. If it can mature, check the Ville. Echo tops are looking healthy. Ville is also looking healthy. If that gets any stronger, we will have some potential for a tornado with that storm. So do have to keep an eye on any storms that can mature in Ohio, especially in this area. There's a decent amount of spin. So convective initiation potentially happening in the South Dakota area. Let me just check that out. North Dakota. There's something happening in North Dakota. Don't really cover North Dakota too much. We'll keep an eye. I mean, if a severe thunderstorm warning pops up, our radar is going to go over there. So It just went live. Hold on one second. New severe thunderstorm warning over here near Belvedere, Harmony, Oxford, Washington, Highbridge, and Hackettstown. All need to be indoors and away from window. That's in parts of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. 60-mile-per-hour winds and small hail. The rain's moving in on our camera, and I'm not seeing anything too strong yet. See if that velocity signature is still there. Yeah, it's still there. Yeah, new severe thunderstorm warning over here near Waiteville, Hollins, and Salem and Cave Springs for 60-mile-per-hour winds. And another one back over here near Manassas, Virginia, Culpeper, Dale City. All need to be indoors and away from windows with that 60-mile-per-hour winds possible. We're at 20 severe thunderstorm warnings. Wow. Okay, a little bit heavier rain is starting to move in. And these winds are decently strong. Camera's starting to shake. Hey, thank you, Christine, for the gift. Look, hiding. That looks like that one game where you can like paint yourself, Mecha Chameleon. Yeah, I mean, decently strong winds over here, just to the east of Leesburg. This is in Virginia. In Remington, Virginia. Okay. Accidentally clicked no on update weather circle app. How can I update? Just press Control R. Or if you're on mobile, just click this little refresh button. Like there'll be a refresh looking button. Click that. Should already be updated though. It should automatically update when you push into the app. Maybe a little area of convergence happening over here near Montgomery Village. Not overly concerned about that yet. Yeah, still strong winds pushing towards Owings Mill in Baltimore. Hearing thunder in Baltimore City. Yeah, it's getting closer. There is also another little storm north of Baltimore as well. That might be what you're hearing. You were live. Is this you? Are you Dakota Boy? Come on. What might have happened? Dakota Boy, the weather guy. Dakota Boy. Oh, okay, so you must be Dakota Boy. Waiting for stream data. Did you do it on mobile? It might be in bad service. Waiting for streamer, or maybe you ended your stream. Not sure. Starting to get dark here in Edgewood, Maryland. All right, thank you for letting me know. And thank you, Lucas, for sending 10 more jewels. Thank you so much. The storm is struggling over here near London, but might become severe briefly if that if the Ville and Echo Tops hang on this storm. But we had that happen to the north, and then those storms fell apart. But could get a brief severe thunderstorm warning that tries to move into like southern Columbus. But we'll see if it actually makes it there. New severe thunderstorm warning here in Virginia. That's going to be for Orange, Spotsylvania Courthouse, Hollymead, Crozet, and Charlottesville for some 60-mile-per-hour winds. Guys need to be indoors and away from windows. Can it cool down soon in the southern plains? Rubber is melting. You guys have had it rough out there. I don't know what to say, man. Welcome to global warming. Enjoy. Enjoy your daily dose of global warming. It's just hot. When it gets hot, it just gets hotter. And the main reason is because the temperatures don't recover. I mean, the temperatures, like, they don't really cool down as much at night, so it just gets hotter during the day. That's the main effect. And yeah, also animals, man. Worried about the animals because they usually sleep at night outside, and if those temperatures keep rising at night, that's gonna be bad. SBC meso analysis is not updating for 20Z. Should update soon. It's usually like 9 to 10 minutes after the hour. Can I refund it? Refund what? Oh, refund the heat? Ah, don't think so. Global warming, and you're laughing at that? Hopefully it was to the joke. My dog is not a fan of the newest storm warning in Virginia. Yeah, dogs. Some dogs are different, but yeah, some dogs are a little scared of cats. Like some strong winds might be about to move into Moorfield. I actually might be able to get a view on that. Hold on, let me see. Getting real dark in Rockville, Maryland. Severe line incoming, hoping for the best. Yeah, if you live over here near like Eldersburg, it's definitely going to get a little bit dicey. We got 70-mile-per-hour winds still possible with these storms. I'm wondering if we can maybe get a view of a shelf cloud. Let me check. I mean, it is possible. It is possible. Looking less likely. Telling you what, man. If I had the ability to control these cameras, oh, what a day. Oh, might see something from this camera eventually. Let me put this up here. Kind of see something in the background. Further south of Montgomery County. Yeah, over here near like Columbia, Wheaton. This part of the storm is warned for 60 miles per hour, so not too big of a deal. But I would certainly be indoors and away from windows. 70-mile-per-hour winds, though, in this orange polygon, that's when you're getting like, okay, you're probably going to get some power outages, some trees knocked down. Hopefully, they downgrade it before it gets into the area, but, you know, looking pretty strong. Oh, we got somebody chatting in the warning chat near Fredericksburg. They say RIP because they're in a severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, okay, I see the storm. Just barely, I can see it. Wind is picking up in Baltimore City. Okay, this is just outside of Baltimore, this camera. So we're trying to get an understanding of what it's going to be like before it goes into Baltimore. I didn't even realize we're at 1.2% of our $5,000 monthly goal. Our goal ends in the 31st. You guys want to help it get up to 5%, maybe? Maybe 2%? Feel free to donate to the Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. That is the best way to do it. That is what actually is actively tracking the goal, not on YouTube. There's a tornado warning in Canada. Yeah, we don't have. Oh, wow, look at this. They just upgraded this storm to 80-mile-per-hour winds, and that is coming towards Baltimore. 80-mile-per-hour winds, that's no joke. Garrison, Pikesville, Milford, Woodlawn, Ellicott City all need to be in their safe spots. That's enough to definitely knock over large trees. Do not want to be near the outside of your house or outside. 80-mile-per-hour winds is stronger than a Category 1 hurricane, or is the same strength. Thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Sandy, From Dundalk, Maryland, how bad is it going to be and what time? Let me see where Dundalk is. Dundalk, MD. You're warned for 70-mile-per-hour winds, and the portion that's heading your way just got warned for 80-mile-per-hour winds. So probably be within the hour you're going to be seeing that storm with either 70 or 80-mile-per-hour winds. Let's see if I can get a camera inside these winds. Okay, this is in the storm. Not 80 miles per hour there. What the frick? A severe thunderstorm warning here in southwestern California. Heading towards Julian. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Guess that's monsoon season for you. Doing some weird stuff. And then we also got a severe thunderstorm warning over here in Utah. That's heading towards nobody. There's no cities out there. Right. So this person said that they're live. Let me see if we can get a view. Let me see if we can get a view. Oh yeah, you can see the storm off in the distance. It's coming your way. You're probably gonna get a pretty nice shelf cloud. Nope, you gotta do it horizontal before you go live, or it does that. So if you start vertical, it's gonna stay vertical. So I would go back vertical. I mean horizontal. Is it no? Yeah, yes. Go back vertical. Yeah. Or just restart the stream so you can go horizontal. It just depends. This is fine. We can see just fine like this. Yeah, we'll keep checking in on you as that storm gets closer, as it'll have a pretty cool little shelf cloud if you don't get too much rain. All right, latest update on our 80-mile-per-hour wind warning back over here near Garrison, Randallville, Milford, Mill, Granite, Ellicott County, Ilchester, and Catonsville and Woodlawn. And 80-mile-per-hour winds are a big deal. Please be indoors and away from windows. Let me see if I can find these. I mean, that last little view did not look like 80-mile-per-hour winds to me. Maybe that's changed since we last looked. No. Must be this northern portion of our storm near Hollenbrook. You don't have a camera near it. Let's see what this camera looks like. There's some decent winds here. Even shaking the camera a little bit. Not all heck's breaking loose though, so it's probably around 60 mile per hour to 70 mile per hour winds there. Checking on these cams. That camera's down.
A radar
Oh my gosh.
indicated tornado warning has been issued for these areas.
Come on. All right, there better be rotation next scan or I'm gonna be flipping pissed, man. I'll wait for the next scan before I make my determinations, but we literally called this earlier. If this is what they're gonna do, they do this every time a strong storm comes through Baltimore, and 9 times out of 10 it does not have rotation. And it's the same thing this time, but we'll wait for the next scan. I do need to Kevin, are you in chat? Let me know what that terminal radar is looking like all the time because of the population. Yeah, they do it. We called it earlier this stream. But all right, I guess I'll change my title. I mean, this is a strong storm, don't get me wrong, but we are, all right, we got our latest scan in. Am I going to be pissed? Okay, so this is what they're talking about. I mean, that's in the clear air, my dude. Jeez Louise. All right, well, I'm not seeing any evidence of rotation, but just get into your safe spots just in case, I guess. Let me see. That warm terminal. I don't have terminal radar on. Let me see if Aguacero does. I do have a subscription to Aguacero. Let me just look at it. Okay, it's immediately frozen. Um, is this the terminal? Yeah, that's the terminal there. And how do I change to velocities? Reflectivity. I don't know how to change velocities on this program. Oh, you got to do that. Okay. Okay. There's zero rotation on the terminal velocity. I mean, on the terminal radar. So they warned this storm for no reason, as they always do. So yeah, be in the safe spots for those 80-mile-per-hour winds over there near Garrison, Randall's Town, Milford Mill, Pikesville, and Lochern. Also in Woodlawn, Cottonsville, Ilchester, and Ellicott.
A radar indicated tornado warning has been issued for these areas.
All right, we got a spammer in chat, and I don't think we have any mods here, so this is just gonna hide you forever. They warned the southern part of the storm now. Dude, what are they doing? Oh my gosh. There's no rotation in these storms. Why are you warning these storms? A severe thunderstorm warning is fine. Jeez Louise. I hate having to disagree with the NWS. It's one of my least favorite things that I have to do, but we have to do this a lot up here. There's just no rotation on this storm. On terminal radar, there's none. It's the closest radar we have. On our other radar, there is none. It's just, it has really strong winds. Oh my God, another troll banned. Local news just said the same thing. Yeah, they always do this for no reason. Every single time a strong line comes towards Baltimore, they issue tornado warnings. Stop doing that. If we get an actual supercell that happens near Baltimore and you warn it, people are not going to take it seriously because you've warned every single line of storm that has come through there. Idiots. It's literally idiotic. It's stupid. It's desensitizing people to tornado warnings up there, and it's causing a big issue. Slowly but surely. I mean, how many times has Baltimore gotten a tornado warning this year? Guess how many tornadoes have happened? 0. There are strong winds in this storm, though. So I would be very careful with the strong winds. There's no tornado on the ground. Dude, what is happening? And thank you, Kim Young, for being a member for 13 months. I do appreciate that. You freaking kidding me right now? Yeah. I just don't get it. Severe thunderstorm warning works. Did tornado possible? I guess they just don't know that they have tornado possible. I'll check the latest terminal radar scan. Came in at 319. No rotation. Just it's strong winds. Don't get me wrong, it's strong winds. But no strong rotation. It's whatever, dude. You don't need to be in your safe spots for the tornado warning. What you do need to be is in your safe spots for this strong wind warning, which is still in effect here near Garrison, Pikesville, Lachern, Milford Mill, Woodlawn, Catonsville, Ilchester, and Ellicott City. That you do. If you're in Baltimore, you don't need to be in your safe spot. You're fine. That storm has zero rotation. They have warned it out of the spite of Baltimore, I guess. I guess whoever is in this NWS, here's my theory. They just hate Baltimore. They are an evil villain. And every time a storm comes near it, they freak you out for no reason. You're in Baltimore, you're fine. I'll let you know if there's actual rotation. But right now, we are dealing with some dangerous, damaging winds. I don't want there to be too much confusion. We are dealing with some dangerous, damaging winds. Check the KDOX radar. I've been keeping an eye on it. Is that this one? Yeah, KDOX. Yeah. I've been looking at it. It's our terminal radar out here, and it shows some strong wind. Terminal radar is our best source, though. Bel Air, Shady Side, Moundsville, Powhatan City, Cameron, Aleppo, Wind Ridge, and West Findlay. All need to be indoors and away from windows. Wind and hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. KDOX is in Delaware. Why would I look at Delaware's radar when we have a terminal radar that's right here giving us the ground truth? And this radar as well is giving us a good ground truth as well. It's closer than that radar. This radar back here is looking at mid-level circulation, so it's probably going to show more rotation. Not really. It shows strong winds, but doesn't really show. Yeah, right in there. That's mid-level circulation and side lobe contamination, given that that's in the clear air. You wouldn't look at that one. That was too far away. This is our closest regular radar, and this one is showing no rotation. And then our even closer radar. We are getting like, and then our even closer radar is showing even less rotation. So we are confident that there is no rotation there. There's no need to be in your safe spots in Baltimore, unless we get this 80-mile-per-hour wind warning to be increased. If that pushed us off to the east, then I do want you guys to be in your safe spots. Actually, they did downgrade this, I think, to... They downgraded 70-mile-per-hour winds? I guess they did. Wouldn't be pink anymore. Dude, what is going on? Why is... Stop! Where's our mods? I need help back. You're looking right at it. It's no lowering. Yeah, it's strong winds though. Strong winds. Let's get those winds up. Let me show you guys if we can. It does say that it got downgraded. Oh no, 80 miles per hour. Okay, never mind. I see it now. 80-mile-per-hour winds. Dude, how are they making it count so fast? Sorry, guys. I think I'm gonna hide chat from my stream for now because we are getting like some sort of weird activity in chat where somebody is sending bots at us. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at this. Here's a good view of the storm. Tornado sirens are going off. Yeah, but there's no rotation. I wouldn't be worried about tornadoes, just strong winds, potentially up to 70 to 80 miles per hour. It is in subscriber mode. I might change that, which means that the bot has the ability to subscribe, but I'll change it to 5 minutes. Hopefully that puts a stop to it. Less frequent.
Crystal Morris donated $20.
Thank
for
you,
the
Crystal,
great coverage.
for the $20 donation. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that big time. That helps us out. We get that money today and 100% of it. And you brought us at the 1.6% of our goal for the month. Let's keep this operations going. Thank you. Yeah, it's just outside of Baltimore. And the winds are definitely picking up there. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's see if we can actually get like a view of a shelf cloud, maybe? It's possible. Click around a little bit. Wow, windy here. Can I see something on the left side here? Just thunder and rain. It was very windy here where you're at, but it stopped. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, still no discernible rotation on our storm. So that hasn't changed. Still very strong winds coming through, though. You don't want to be outside. Again, these tornado warnings were issued for no reason. I don't know. There hasn't been rotation on this storm. There still isn't rotation on this storm. We'll check our terminal radar. Yeah, still strong winds, especially over there near Columbia and Ellicott City. That's probably about to move into Arbutus and Elk Ridge soon. So that's Arbutus. Yeah, so that'd be down here. Let's see if we can get a view of these cameras from like these cameras here. Nothing too crazy there. Stronger winds here, but nothing overwhelming. We do have a car on the side of the road though, so I wonder if stronger winds are a little bit more on the leading edge of this storm. Check south of Garrison. Yeah, decent winds there and some lightning. This might be our strongest portion of the storm here. We do have like stronger winds out ahead of our storm as well here in Maryland. Have been noticing that on a couple of our cameras. So you might get the wind before the rain. Wow, big time traffic. What time is it? 4:30 over there. So yeah, we're starting to get into rush hour traffic as well. Good news is there's no tornadoes. So that's the good news. Big time cold pool remains in Ohio and Pennsylvania. That's good news. And thank you, Leon, for sending 2 jewels. Thank you. Arbutus, got it. Wind is crazy right now. There was someone live over. Check out this live. Stream starting, waiting for streamer to connect. Hopefully they can connect because they are like right next. They are in Baltimore. That'd be a great view to have. Keep trying. It's okay. We have tons of cameras here. Just got to find the right one at the right time. We haven't been able to see any of those 80-mile-per-hour winds. Okay, we'll watch this camera. I think this one's going to be next in line for that wind, that we were seeing on radar, at least. We had a ground stop at BWI Airport. Okay, thank you for the update. I appreciate that, Leon. No concern for tornadoes at all anywhere? Not right now, no. The tornado warnings were issued for no reason, so don't be freaking out. You don't even need to be in your safe spots right now. I'll let you know if I see rotation. But there is zero rotation. They do this all the time. Whenever a strong storm comes into Baltimore, they tornado warn it with no rotation. It's something they do. It's super annoying to cover because you have to directly, go against what the NWS says, but they're just wrong. And when they're wrong, you got to call it out. And they're wrong. It is, yeah, you can call it a fake tornado warning. You can call it whatever you want. It's not supposed to be there. You even have people on like local news networks like complaining about it as well, as they do this all the time, and it's super annoying. It's going to cause warning fatigue. Eventually, there will be a tornado in Baltimore. Maybe not this year, maybe not the next year. Maybe it's going to take a decade. But eventually, there will be a tornado warning in Baltimore, and people will probably not react to it because this keeps happening. There's a little rotation trying to develop over here near Notch Cliff. I think that, yeah, that's side lobe. It's going to be a little bit legitimate, though. I might have to actually keep an eye on this storm that's unwarned. But they did this in Maryland. I remember, I think it was like a couple weeks ago, we were covering Maryland. They did the same thing, warning storms with no rotation, and then they literally missed a tornado on the ground. It was unwarned. So they were so focused on Baltimore that they forgot about everybody else. And focused on Baltimore for no reason. All right, still waiting on that latest scan to come in. Should get it any moment. Turn on my video capture device again. Yeah, seeing a little bit stronger winds here. Our camera is shaking a little bit more, and we're still seeing that traffic. Probably pretty normal, though, for this area. Still haven't been able to catch those 80-mile-per-hour winds, though. It's got to be, like, out on the leading edge. They're somewhere. Just can't find them. Wonder if the storm has fizzled out a little bit with those winds since they issued that warning. For the 80-mile-per-hour winds. No more rush hour traffic. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. West of Baltimore. No, there's no rotation. Zero rotation on this storm, folks. Zero rotation. Do not be concerned about a tornado threat. A tornado is not happening in Baltimore, and it's not going to happen unless that storm organizes more, and it's not very organized. I do want to check back over here in South Dakota, just see how these storms are going. I also want to check near Chicago. Yeah, storms are still trying to initiate up near Rugby. And then are eventually supposed to get some initiation back over here. And yeah, storms are still trying just to the north and west of Chicago. We have two people live here. Mr. Biddle still trying to get their stream started. Have to go to the live thing. Okay, yeah, both of them have ended their streams. Yeah, they missed the tornado from Trap. Yeah, that's the one that we were covering. Connection to Chicago, final stop. Oh no, sorry, Keith. Sorry to hear that. I mean, to be fair, well, hold on. Maybe a little bit of rotation popping up here. It's not very strong, and it's likely side lobe contaminated. Let me see what our terminal radar is saying. Is it 333? It's kind of behind. It kind of shows something over there near Ferndale. Yeah, Aguacero radar is not the greatest at being up to date, unfortunately. They should be updating once a minute. And they're behind 4 minutes. But, yeah. There is a little bit of rotation developing near South Baltimore, but that is still very weak there. Can you send me a video? Either on Weather Circle or you can do it on Discord. So you can do it on Discord. You can do it. Let me see if the Discord link still works. Or you can do it on Twitter. And they did let that southern tornado warning expire. There's no surprise. There was never any rotation to start off with. We have a little rotation now, though. So right there, South Baltimore. Right there. But that's in the clear air, so it's likely got some contamination to it. We'll see if that lasts until the next scan, and that'll give us a little bit more confidence. Looks like someone's doing a forecast battle for tomorrow's thread. You guys should join in. It's a fun little thing you can do on Weather Circle. Do a little forecast battle. You get to draw your own SPC outlooks for tomorrow and what you think it'll be like, and then it rates it, and you get points on accuracy. A little bit of an update. Some stronger winds south of Centerville is going towards Unionville, Burke Center, and Fairfax here in a little bit. I still got 60-mile-per-hour wind warnings all the way throughout Virginia out here. Those are going to be moving into Lynchburg. Also, Lake of the Woods, Lake Wilderness, Minerals, Zion Crossroads, Palmyra, and Dillwyn here in Virginia. It does seem like the southern portion of our line might be weakening a little bit. But the kind of central portion of our line over there near like Culpeper and Charlottesville, eventually going into Fredericksburg and Dale City, still have some probably 60-mile-per-hour winds somewhere in there. Yeah, sorry, I meant to type warning after tornado. Slightly stressed. Not used to this stuff around here. It's okay. It's okay. It's no big deal. Yeah, they allowed all the tornado warnings to expire. I'm telling you, it's time to start reaming those guys. Every time they do that, it's time to start getting on their butts about it, because they just need to stop doing that. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds near Salesville, Barnesville, Bethesda, and Morristown. Because now that we get more stronger storms happening in this region, especially going into the summer, like, we do not need to get warning fatigue. Because a tornado may eventually happen in Baltimore, and you want people to take it seriously. And if they keep doing this, every single time a storm comes into Baltimore, we're going to have warning fatigue. So it's time to get on their butts and just be like, yo, and start saying stuff. It's like, hey, stop doing it. We're getting mad. Stop making us go to our safe spots for stuff that's just not tornadic. I think he's Zeta, Brian, Peach, Jennifer, Takia, and Matt for subscribing. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hopefully you guys having an okay day. We had some strong winds earlier, but it looks like they're extending this as a 60-mile-per-hour windstorm into the Baltimore area. So guys, we've been looking around. We haven't been able to see any strong winds anymore with that storm. Still potentially up to 60-mile-per-hour winds though. But in terms of like for instance, it's like, why aren't they warning this storm? Here's how I know it's all BS. That storm actually appears to have rotation, right? This storm never had rotation near Baltimore. So why don't they warn that storm? It's because they hate Baltimore. Thank you, Patches Stark, for the $10. I appreciate that. Love your channel. Keep up the great job you're doing. However, I do wish you would talk about the gigantic carp fishies on live television again. What? Do wish you would talk to gigantic carp fishies on live television again. Oh. You mean that when I dabbled in the politics a little bit? Yeah. Well, that ain't happening on this channel. If I ever did it, it'd be on another channel. But, you know, honestly, I'm just a little bit tuned out right now, to be honest. And these storms are developing back over here. We're definitely going to have a hail threat. The tornado threat should be relatively low with these storms. I do want to check back in on this environment. I'm pretty sure there's still a pretty big cold pool back there. So definitely some hail and damaging winds. Yeah. Huge cold pool back here. Really going to keep that tornado threat pretty much non-existent. But everything's clearing out over here in northern Illinois. Do we have any forcing, though? Enforcing is increasing. Low-level lapse rates, a little bit low. Mid-level lapse rates are decent. So, yeah, our severe threat is still on the table, I believe, according to our mesoscale analysis. I mean, we're starting to see initiation. But we'll see what happens. The worst has passed. Yes. What are you guys experiencing in Baltimore? So I should be fine. Yeah, everybody's gonna be fine. Right now, we don't have any warnings that are concerning. This one's gonna be allowed to expire soon over there near Eldersburg. Eldersburg, come out of their safe spots with that severe thunderstorm warning. But yeah, everybody's fine. 60-mile-per-hour winds. Just don't go outside. You'll be fine. Promise. It's not a big bad storm. And the only reason we started this stream in the first place is because we started off with the tornado warning that actually had rotation. And I've just decided to stay on. Because it seems like you guys are wanting coverage, so we're going to be doing coverage. And yeah. Are you sure it looks pretty bad? I mean, yeah, I'm positive. I'm positive. 60-mile-per-hour winds, thper strong. Don't get me wrong. But as long as you're indoors and away from windows, like closer to the interior of your house, you will survive a 60-mile-per-hour windstorm every single time. If you're concerned about your property, you might get some tree limbs down, but it's harder for 60-mile-per-hour winds to knock down an actual tree. So it's not impossible, but you know, if you like know that you have diseased trees, I would maybe get in your safe spots. If you know for a fact you have diseased trees, or if you've gone outside and you've seen, hey, my tree doesn't look super healthy anymore. Maybe in that instance, you know, I would suggest that you go into your safe spots just in case a tree falls onto your house. But you know, as long as you're taking shelter in your house, you will be 100% fine from these storms. I promise. They're not super duper strong anymore. They were stronger earlier. We had 80-mile-per-hour winds near Frederick, and potentially over there near Columbia and near Owing Mills. So we've had some spurts of strongness, but as of right now, not nearly as bad as it was. So we're still watching it. It does seem like our storms are becoming a little bit outflow dominant. We might be getting some capping working in here. So that's a relief. Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to report accurately. I don't want to keep you guys, you know, worried if you don't have to be. You know, the realities of this. Okay, looks like the subscriber only mode works. So I'm bringing back up the chat. Sorry, I had to turn it to 5 minutes. We had some freaking spammers in chat. We were getting bombarded by spammers. Near Dundalk, you say? It's actually onshore. There is a little bit of rotation there. It's not very strong, but there's a little bit there. Like that rotation is way stronger though than the one that was approaching Baltimore earlier, because there was no rotation. That's what I don't understand. It's like, okay, so, you know, if you're warning any area with no rotation, then every storm should be warned in Maryland at all times. I think he juggles for the $2. Thank you so much. You're in Elk Ridge. Did you seek shelter? Let me see where Elk Ridge is. Elk Ridge, Maryland. Yeah, I mean, I'd be indoors for sure. You don't have to go to your safe spot, though. Thank you, Chloe, for the 5. Thanks for saying we appreciate you being here for those of us who lack weather experience and expertise. Yeah, no problem. No problem. We'll cut through all the BS. You know, if you guys are ever wondering, like, you know, if it seems like somebody is just going way over the top and you're not sure, just come check. You don't have to come over here and watch me for the whole broadcast, but just check in. You know, if you got tornado warning for your area and then like your local broadcasters like saying all these doom and gloom things, come over to my channel. Because if it's actually doom or gloom, I'm going to be saying the same thing. But if your local weatherman or maybe your YouTube weatherman is saying side lobe contamination is the rotation and it's not the real rotation, you know, you can come over here and I'll let you know that that's the case. Or if there's no rotation, I'll let you know that's the case. We keep it real over here. I don't like to do any fluff. We try to be as accurate as possible because it is a big problem. It's a big problem. We got a lot of people out there that just don't care. They just want the money. And I just want to give you guys an example of what it's like to have somebody that doesn't care about all that and just wants to give you the information as accurate as possible. I could keep you guys here for as long as I wanted to. I could use all the tactics they do. I could be like, wow, we got a super duper strong storm out over here with the whole 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is going to blow down small tree limbs, and those tree limbs could theoretically, technically blow through your window and impale your cat. But in reality, that's not going to happen. You're going to be fine inside your house. But if I did that at all times, I bet you'd watch my stream longer and I'd have more viewers and more subscribers, but I don't care about that. I just want to be a breath of fresh air in the weather community and give you an option for calmer covers. That's why we have the calmer music. And I just want you guys to be weather aware. You know, if things do ramp up, we ramp up with it. But I want you to have that scale, right? I don't want it to always be intense, because when intense stuff happens, you won't be able to decipher between intense and intense. But if I have a calmer way about it, and then it gets intense, then you know it's intense. You're like, oh wow, Evan Freiberger is like freaked out. That means this is really bad. And then, you know, it's good to have that, that balance and everything. Hey, thank you, Jordan, for the $2. Thank you so much. From Be More. Yeah. Thankfully, nothing bad happened. And it does look like that the stronger winds have subsided for the most part for Baltimore. We do still have a little area of rotation right there. Let me just check where our radar is pulling this information from. Yeah, it's back over here. So this would be going away. That's towards, yeah, I mean, that's still legitimate rotation over there near North Point Village. Still relatively broad and weak, though. Pouring now in Rossville. Okay. You are live. Okay, let me check in on you. I'm not seeing... Oh, there you are. Let's see what's happening over here. Okay. Okay, yeah, you can't flip it over horizontal, unfortunately. So yeah, just keep it like that. It just looks like a lot of rain is coming your way. I would suggest you go inside and look out the window, though. Unless you're just if you're just one of those kind of people that like to stand on the porch when a severe thunderstorm warning comes through, then that's your deal. But I do not want you thinking that we want you outside as this severe thunderstorm warning comes. I don't want you to get struck by lightning or anything. But if you don't care, then you don't care. That's your decision to make, but I am not encouraging that. Just letting you know. Because if I was him, I'd be doing the same thing. Not gonna lie. I'm just one of those kind of people. I will stand outside in the middle of a severe thunderstorm warning because I know like the actual chances of me getting struck by lightning is very low. It's not impossible, but I risk it for the biscuit. I love the feeling of being on the edge sometimes when it comes to storms. I'm a little bit of a daredevil. Still waiting on that latest scan up there. PDS 5 miles per hour winds reported in Baltimore. Watch out, everybody. Watch out, everybody. We got PDS 5-mile-per-hour winds in Baltimore. But not to down... I mean, to be fair, the storm's over in Baltimore. Or at least downtown Baltimore. Still potentially 60-mile-per-hour winds heading to Bowley's quarters. The storm is weak. It ain't nothing. Yeah. It might be significantly weakening. Getting a lot of reports, but like, again, some folks are going to get hit by the stronger part and some folks are not going to get hit by the stronger parts. It's probably weaker near Annapolis. So I mean, let's check with our traffic cams. Let's see if we can figure out which part of the storm is the strongest and not. Hey, this part of the storm is pretty strong. I mean, it's not like super duper strong. We're definitely worth 60-mile-per-hour winds. You can see the wind blowing, the raindrops across the stationary camera there. That's near Edgemore, so it's stronger there. Probably a little bit stronger near Millersville. Yeah, you see the camera shaking due to the wind, but it's not anything like... Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some pockets still of some stronger winds inside of this storm. And then further down to the south, I do want to do a little update for Virginia. Again, a lot of these storms are relatively weaker on the southern side, and you can see they're already starting to transition some of these warnings into special weather statement, and they'll probably start doing that up the line as we go throughout the day. But the strongest portions of our storms where you're probably most likely to get 60-mile-per-hour winds is over here near Louisa, Mineral, Bumpus, Beaver Dam, Spotsylvania, Fredericksburg, Dale City, and Lake Ridge. So we're still watching you guys. It's just one of those storms like where you hear thunder, just go inside. You know, it's just kind of one of those days. Hey, thank you, Ian, Airplane Guy, Chloe, T Daddy, Kaler, Charlie, Cheese, Tax Collector, Brandon, and Mess the Go for subscribing. Welcome in to the Fry family. You're gonna go outside and walk your dog, and a branch flew by. Well, you know, that's the one thing. You know, that's up to you. That's one thing I don't do. Is walk my dog in a severe thunderstorm warning. Not for my safety, but for my dog's safety. Chaz honestly likes it though. There's a lot of times when a storm will happen and he'll disappear from inside the house. He's a little doggy door. He'll go out there and then like, I don't know where he is and I just don't worry about it because he's probably outside. And then he just comes back soaked. And like the whole time I was hearing lightning close by, I'm just like, Chaz doesn't care. I used to take him storm chasing, so he's seen tornadoes. He's seen the worst of it. He's seen hail hitting the car, and he just sits there like the whole time. He's crazy. Chaz might be a crazier storm chaser than me. I'm pretty sure if a tornado happened and he was like on foot, he'd probably chase it, like literally. Joppatown on K-Docks looks interesting. Yeah, there was a little circulation we were monitoring. And there's another one. The one to the south, the one that we're monitoring is not as strong, but there's another one now near Bowley's Quarter. We actually have a camera near there. Worth checking in on it. See if we can see anything. Thank you, Reese, for subscribing. Thank you. And just a quick reminder, guys, we are fully funded by you guys. No sponsors. If you want to donate, the best way to do it is through Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. That's on the bottom of the screen. And please consider it. It does keep this channel going. We cannot keep going if we are broke and cannot eat. And well, the main thing is we can't keep going if we can't afford to keep Weather Circle going, because when we're broke, we can't afford radars. There's definitely strong winds here. And also consider donating on YouTube as well. A little $5, a little $10 here and there, a little dollar goes a long way. And if you do, thank you in advance. Your camera go. Whenever I bring up the storm cameras on the app, I just hide it so you guys can see the full screen. Power going in and out. Yeah, there's probably still some oh. He made it. He waited 5 minutes. He waited 5 minutes to spam and chat. That's wild. That is a dedicated bot. Definitely some stronger winds here. Again, not all heck breaking loose, so we know it's not super strong, but 60-mile-per-hour winds are definitely moving through this area near Edgemere. Checking on that little circulation again. Yeah, still waiting on that new scan to come in. Get out of draw mode. Let's go check back over here on these storms south of Wheeling. Yeah, these ones are still struggling, but 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds are possible, both for Bethesda and Cameron and Wind Ridge there in Ohio. Got a little special weather statement for Columbus, but that storm is dying. And then these storms up here are still trying, but not successfully. Just surprising. Yeah, plenty of forcing. And then elsewhere, still kind of the same deal. It's mainly just these storms still. All right, guys, let me get some water real quick. I need to refill my water. I'm getting parched. Give me just a second. I'll leave the radar loop on, and I'll be right back. Hey, you barking at me? You better not be barking at me. Ain't time to eat yet. New severe thunderstorm warning is in southern Virginia near the border. And it looks like these storms, even though they're weak, they're at least not a whole lot of precipitation. The gust front on these storms are still strong. Monk's Corner. All right, that's the 10th time I've seen that. I will check it out for you. South Carolina. I'm assuming that's the only area. Isolated storm. Nope, just rain. Really light rain. You'll be fine. Look, this guy's about to be in the storm here. Let's see if he's still streaming. Let's see what it's like. I'm glad you moved indoors. A little windy. Yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy yet. We'll tune back in a little bit and see if that tries to get a little stronger there. But that seems like they're letting some of these severe thunderstorm warnings expire near Washington and Alexandria, so that's good. Dude, how are you still making it into my stream and spamming? Might have to turn on members only. This is getting annoying. If he does it one more time, I'm turning on members only. kind of flooding in your area. Where's your area at? Cat's Eye. Storms are still slowly getting organized up here near Chicago. Ville's still pretty low. Echo tops are slowly building though, so eventually this will turn into a damaging wind threat according to our latest scans out there, or our latest information. Use slow mode? Oh, right. Slow mode. So then they can't spam. We'll do slow mode 30 seconds. All right, that should stop the spam. We got smart people in chat. And thank you, Luna. I'm that Jamaican editor. Tornado intercepts cars edits. Bear the dog and 6'7" kid. Thank you for subscribing. Has it passed Townsend? I don't know. Has it stopped raining? Let me check. Townsend. Delaware, I'm assuming. Not yet. Not yet. It's not there yet. You live in the Midwest, it's kind of pouring a lot right now. Really? Midwest, like back out over here. You must live up here, somewhere near like Rockford. Either that or you live over here and you're getting a light rain near Galesburg. Townsend is north of Baltimore. If it's directly north of Baltimore, then yeah, it should be over there. But if they're talking about Townsend, Delaware, I don't know. You live in the Midwest. Is it bad right now? No. But we are expecting these storms to eventually turn into a damaging wind threat for the Chicago area. But that hasn't really started up just yet. Let me look at our latest models on that. Yeah, those really shouldn't get started until late tonight. Wait, why does that say Monday? Today is Monday. I'm an idiot. Yeah, this storm shouldn't really get started until like 9 p.m. around the Chicago region, so it's going to be a little while before those get started. And then you're going to get another round in northern Illinois, by around like 10 or 11 a.m. tomorrow, if these models are correct. Again, we're still kind of in a July pattern, even though it's August. A lot of instability and a lot of small mesoscale things. So I wouldn't really take the models as ground truth right now. They're usually pretty wrong. And thank you, Cam, for the $2. Thank you so much. Where tomato? No tomatoes right now, thankfully. Just some damaging winds. We do have some rotation trying to develop over here, but that does look contaminated a little bit. Let me see if I have any cameras near there. We do have cameras near Georgetown. Let's see if that works. It does work. Keep an eye on that. It does look contaminated though, so I don't think that's legit rotation. Let me check another radar on that just to see if we can get a better depiction of what that's doing. This one's also showing rotation as well. That's two radars. Yeah. There might be like a little water spout trying to happen here. About to head into the Georgetown, Maryland area.
Stephanie Bish donated $10. Sue loud in Haverty Grace MD, but not very exciting otherwise so far.
Gotcha. Thank you, Stephanie Bish, for the $10 donation. Thank you so much. We're so close to 2% of our goal. And thank you, Stephen, Leah, Cat, Crash, and Tammy for subscribing. Thank you so much. And this is what we'll do. I think I'll put it back to subscriber time, any duration, but we'll keep slow mode on to stop the spammers. People don't have to wait after they subscribe to ask questions. That's the fairest trade. Is there more to come for Parkville? Not today. If you've already gotten storms, we can look at the models for what's happening later. I think it's gonna be, if I remember correctly, a little bit later. Probably going into tomorrow. Yeah. Potentially Tuesday night. Tuesday night going into Wednesday morning could get some more storms. Mainly some rain, but again, that could be wrong. Man, looks like Cincinnati could have an epic flood threat. What the heck? Look at that. Storms start there near Cincinnati and then they just keep going for like a couple of hours. And that's some pretty heavy rain. Probably won't happen exactly like that, but something to watch out for just in case the model's right, but it has a great chance of being wrong. Baltimore cooled off. Lucky. New severe thunderstorm warning over here near Vandermeer. This is in North Carolina. That's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds moving towards Messick. Hanover. Let me see where Hanover is. I think you guys are safe, if I remember correctly, where it is. Sometimes I'm wrong, though, so let me just double check. Hanover. That's not right. Thought I spelled it right. Hanover. Maryland. Make me spell it out. There it is. Yeah, you guys are good. You guys are good for the rest of the day. Our threat is moving more into eastern Maryland, then eventually into Delaware, and then eventually into southern New Jersey. And then this threat back over here in Virginia for some damaging winds is still ongoing. Next in line is going to be Spotsylvania, Louisa, Appomattox, Buckingham, Dillwyn, Gretna, Chatham, Collinsville, and Danville. And that is going to continue to move off to the east, eventually impacting areas like Fredericksburg, Mechanicsville, Richmond, and Petersburg eventually. What am I doing with my winter forecast when winter starts? What do you mean? Am I supposed to be doing them right now? It's still really hot. New subscriber tuned in from Forest, Virginia, tucked into the foothills of Blue Ridge Mountains, wanted to find some live coverage of this line of storms, and I appreciate that you're live. Yeah, no problem. No problem. We'll do a little bit of a little zoomed in view of the storms there in Virginia for a little bit for you. I appreciate you subscribing. Pro tip, rather than repeating your question over and over, try sending a tip Evan's way to include your question there. He's got a good point. He's got a good point. If you spam in chat, I might not see it. But if you send me a $10 donation on Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal, I will definitely hear it. And if you put a super chat in, I will definitely see it and read it and do it. The coverage is free, but getting a guaranteed question answered is not. Brookneal, Phoenix, Charlotte Courthouse, Drake's Branch, and also over here near Alexandria for 60-mile-per-hour winds. These warnings have just been issued here in Maryland, Virginia. I do answer as many questions as I can, but sometimes we just get overwhelmed. So, all right, still have some decent rotation moving into Georgetown. It's a little bit on the broad side right now, but there might have been a waterspout on there. So I'm wondering if we got like a waterspout landfall here. We definitely have a supercell. You can tell it's embedded in there with that rain wrapping around, and that rotation is right in there. So I'm still keeping an eye on it over there near Little Neck Farms. Little Neck Farms. Funny name. No debris ball though, so we're still There's no tornado on the ground with this, but I'm keeping my eye on it. This is still probably our stronger portion of most of our storms right now. Bikini Bottom EF5 water spout? No. It's hitting DC rush hour starts. Yeah. Thankfully, these storms aren't super strong, but they're definitely strong enough to carry those 60-mile-per-hour winds to the surface. So, you know, if you live in Cumberland, Hamden, Cindy, Burkeville, Amelia, definitely need you to be indoors. And then over here near Washington, yeah, this is definitely going to cause some more traffic for sure. Not going to be a fun storm to drive through either with those 60-mile-per-hour winds, but it's almost through Washington. It'll be over probably within 20 or 30 minutes. Maybe we were supposed to have some storm chasers live. I'm not sure where they're going live from. Okay, yeah, Connor's going live from Chicago at 5 p.m. So that's in an hour. What I might do is I might take a break and then come back on live when the Chicago storms get stronger. Might be the move. Because it does seem like these storms are calming down, and we're kind of just waiting for these guys to get a little bit stronger, because that's going to be our next, you know, more intense threat for today. And then we'll also have potentially some storms back over here and in Nebraska start to develop as well. So we're going to be watching out for that threat. That's going to be a way later threat though. So I think that's the plan. I think I'm going to log off here and then I'll come back on later today. Let me see if Will is live. But this up right now is the storms are just not too strong. Actually, let me just double check on this storm. Yeah, that rotation is. We'll stay live for a little bit longer actually for these areas, just in case. We'll stay live for just a little bit. Vince is live in North Central Illinois. Yeah, we'll be using him later. We probably will have Tornado Pagey on and Connor Croft later on tonight, if needed. You know, if those storms don't do what they're forecasted to do, then you probably won't see me again tonight. But if they do, then there's a chance I go live later on tonight. Yeah, I mean, there's still some rotation here, so I'm gonna stay alive. I'm just getting hungry. I haven't eaten. I literally haven't eaten all day. Let's start an Uber Eats fund. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Come on, guys. I know. I know y'all got a little bit of cash. In all seriousness, I know it's a tough economy out there. Everybody be struggling. Low key broke. No, I feel you. I know. It was a joke. For the most part, it was a joke. But heck, if you're rolling in the dough, let me know. Hey, thank you sending for 10 more jewels. How you doing, Pettis, by the way? Red, no worries. Everything in Illinois fails. What? That is not true. Illinois, it just seems like whether it's like a 10% hatch risk or a 0% hatch risk, Illinois just gets a tornado. I don't know. Illinois has just been crazy. I would really like a broader study on Illinois today, and because that's not a happenstance. But then they get targeted so much. So there must have been just a very consistent jet stream pattern up there for the whole storm season. So it'd be pretty cool to see that in motion and then an analysis on that. Tired of summer and heat, you feel that? I feel that. It's been muggy down here in the southeast. Not happy about it. Okay, latest scan, our rotation has pretty much died here south of Georgetown. Still keeping an eye on it. This one up here to the north has also kind of died, but there are some strong winds in here still. So these are probably still our strongest. Actually, we still have a camera near Georgetown, so let me just Oh yeah, I would say that's strong enough. Congrats on the Dominator stuff. That's really cool, Pettis. They get your $10 Venmo. It should pop in at any moment if you just did it. It hasn't popped up unless you did it like earlier. You clicked and subscribed. I appreciate that. Thank you. $170 here and barely any wind. Ooh, 107. Is it dry heat or muggy heat? Yeah, it's definitely windy. Again, not anything like we experienced earlier on that one cam where like it was crazy. But still probably sports, you know, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Absolutely pouring rain in central Pennsylvania. Jeez. Really? Oh yeah, you must live over here. Yeah, we got some storms up there. What the heck? Actually, a little area of rotation. They're near Eagleton Fields. Chazzy, you still got 15 minutes until it's dinner time. It's not concerning, but I am interested. This looks like a little 3K deal. Let me check. There's this one little isolated area of 3K there. I don't think that's gonna be enough to. There must be some sort of bound. Man, look at that. Oh wait, I don't know what that must be like. Terrain enhanced. I mean, there is still that's a legitimate couplet there. Is that a debris signature? Hey, stop it. I'm focusing here. Let me turn off observer mode real quick. Like, that might be like a little unwarned tornado. I'm trying to think. I mean, there is 103 Cape. And then maybe with some terrain enhancements. I mean, there's definitely some hills here. Might have got just a brief tornado here. Just south of Eagleton Fields. It's not warned. It's not deep enough yet for me to be like, yeah, 100% tornado, but that might be a little tornado there. We'll see what the next scan looks like. That spot in Pennsylvania is heading right towards the Little League World City, or World Series. Where is that? Where's that headed? Let me check. It's heading down to the south and east. Wow, this has been a little supercell for a while. Has it always had that much velocity, though? It's an interesting little storm. Yeah, I mean, it's been broadly rotating for a while, but it just now tightened up for the first time. I mean, it's just not deep enough for me to be like 100% sure. That could be a tornado just over some mountains, picking up some leaves and stuff. If it is a tornado, it's probably a weak one, but doesn't seem to be too many people that live out here. So we got Bear Swamp. Sounds like an area in Alabama. Near Williamsport, you guys do have some rain, but it's not doing anything like over there. There is a tiny bit of circulation near Pine Run, but that is likely contamination there, which means that it's not legitimate. I'll wait on the latest scan. We'll come back in and check on that guy. That's kind of interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Could be like a brief little mountain NATO there. Yeah, broad circulation over here near Kingston still. And still some strong winds pushing into the Millington area and eventually into Churchill and Center Hill. Definitely the strongest portion of our storm. Back over here in Virginia, we're still watching. Again, these storms aren't going to have a whole lot of rain. There are going to have some gusty winds, potentially up to 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Gretna, Hampton, Farmville. I am kind of curious. Can we get a view on any of these storms? Yeah, there's definitely gusty winds in there. Not a whole lot of rain, but some gusty winds for sure. Is dumb fries good or no? Is that really a thing? If so, dumb fries, Virginia. What are they trying to say? Did y'all name that town just to spite me? How dare you? Are calling me dumb? Yeah, you guys are good. Just some heavy rain. I don't think that Venmo ever came through. Let me check my Venmo. Let me see if that's a me problem. She said she sent one recently. Yeah, 17 minutes ago. Stephanie. Oh, yeah, I did get you. Yes, if it was Stephanie, then yes, I got that one. That's the last one I got was from Stephanie. That one did come through. Dumb freeze. Oh, I see what you guys are trying to do. You're trying to hide the fact that you just called me dumb. I see. Dumb freeze, not dumb fries. It just spelled like fries. I'm kidding, obviously. Yeah, latest scan, no debris signature. So that was either a brief NATO or just a nothing. A little bit of rotation picking back up over here, and there's actually some precipitation now associated with that, so keeping an eye on that. A little weird environment up here. Odd. What did the fries do to them? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, thankfully, that cold pool that's been hanging out over here in Ohio has saved you guys. There's a little bit stronger of a cold pool, just shut down everything out here. There was a pretty supportive environment. There still is a supportive environment for tornadoes if these storms can somehow get mature. But thankfully, that cold pool is too strong. The SRH is not overcoming that. These storms over here are still working their way to get mature, which they haven't yet, which is still pretty interesting to me, given that we have that much forcing over there. Still have strong winds out here as of our latest scans. No dangerous rotations. All right, guys, I'm going to get off and eat a little something. I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Let me check and see if anybody is live that I can raid, per se. Per se. Let's see, Ryan Scholl. Don't work with Ryan Scholl. How about William? William live. Oh, Tornado Pagey's live. Send a raid her way. All right, I'm gonna take a little break and then I'll be back on. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you like the stream before you go. Subscribe so you can get more alerts the next time storms are in your area. And yeah, I'm sending you guys over to Tornado Pagey. They're in Illinois. That's gonna be our next threat, so they'll be looking at that. Go say hi to them and support their stream, and I will be back later on.